Okay, we're back. Woohoo. Okay then. So we are going to resume the Zhongli story quest. Huh. Yeah, I didn't get much time in, but I did get some shit, apparently. I thought I didn't qualify, because I didn't receive them. That's nice of them. Yeah, I didn't get much time in because it was over the holidays, and I didn't have a lot of time to stream then, but glad I got some out of it. Let's see. I don't think I'm gonna get her though. Oh boy. So anyway, I don't know if that's going through on the mic. There's a... my dog is eating rawhide. But before we get into the quests, let's deal with the commissions.
Wouldn't gliding be faster?
So I don't know what I'm gonna do about Dia, after all. But now with confirmation that she's going into the standard banner, I'm less inclined to roll for her.
Wouldn't gliding be faster? Yeah. Time for takeoff.
Rain outlines your fate. Know my sword.
Defract.
Brace yourselves.
Yeah, not much to say about this. This is pretty standard commissions.
Wouldn't gliding be faster?
And this is spreading evil. Hey, what are we dealing with here?
Think you can get away?
I think that kills. No, it does. I didn't think it would for a second. But it appears I was wrong. This is Sabotage the Sign Balloon, I think. Yeah, and that one's the shield one. I swear I always get the shield one.
Time for takeoff.
Then teamwork is dreamwork.
Here you are.
Woohoo. So, last one is this one.
Here we go.
I also really fucked up because I forgot to use my resin yesterday. Always get my commissions though. Commissions are far more important than resin to me. Because primos. Because I'm a gambling addict.
outlines your fate.
Seriously, what the fuck?
Brace yourselves. Ha, ha. Think you can get away?
Ring cutter.
Fuck.
Let's play.
Flicker.
Must admit, I'm still moderately annoyed that, what is it? Objects like balloons don't proc Al-Haytham's projection attacks.
Ad Astra Ab. Thank you for completing.
The consequences spread like wildfire. I'd like to avoid such a scenario, so I can keep my life intact and uninterrupted.
Al-Haytham is one hell of a ventriloquist. Anyway, let's... Also, what am I dealing with here with character development materials? 140, 178. Yeah, because I did quite a few of those. And we're close to another pull, actually. Assuming I find some chests or something, I should get one when I finish this. Anyway. See, once this is done, I'll be done all those Zhongli's story quests. So then I'll move on to another one. Maybe Raiden. Number 1, because she's a precursor to a lot of other ones. Number 2, because I know I unlock a boss from her as well. And it'd be good to get that over with, so I can level the characters that need it.
Hi, Catherine. It's us. Any new commissions?
As a matter of fact, there's one that looks perfect for you two. Uncle Dai is one of the foremen at Huishan Hall over in Liyue Harbor. He's hoping the Adventurers Guild can spare some manpower.
What is it we have to do exactly?
I believe you'll be looking for workers.
Ooh, looking for people? Awesome, we're good at that.
I have no reason to doubt your abilities.
Good at dock work. Yeah, that's one thing we're experienced
I'm
with.
sure the details can be worked out face to face. If you're willing to accept this commission, head over to the dock and talk to Uncle Dai.
I like how Zhongli is the oldest, and his constellation is Historia Antiqua. Really hammering it home. I suppose if there could be someone more older than him, like in Celestia or some shit.
Hey, are you Uncle Dai?
I am indeed. Ah, now then. You must be the adventurers assigned by the guild.
Dog made a worrying noise, so I looked back to check on her. And she was just looking up at me, like waiting.
Huh? How could you tell?
By the clothes on your back and the look on your face. Experienced adventurers at that, I'll wager.
It's the two partial cape tails. Whatever the fuck that is.
Right again. You're pretty perceptive.
In this trade, you need a sharp eye for people, not just rocks. Uncle Dai can see what you're made of from a long way off. Alright, my assistant should be arriving soon, so let's just wait here a moment.
Woo woo. That's why we're here. Now there's someone else taking a cut?
Well, to tell you the truth, this is a very difficult matter. Too much for adventurers alone to handle life here.
So there is someone else.
Paimon, he isn't cheating on us.
Do you think we're not up to the job?
It just occurred to me that you don't have all the facts. The incident in question happened in a mine, and it's a little out of the ordinary, to say the least. Mines are dangerous places, as I'm sure you're aware. As such, I've enlisted an industry expert to cover all contingencies. Last time I checked, adventurers weren't experts in ore appraisal or geological analysis. With a professional by your side, everything should run smoothly.
Okay, the expert's gonna be Zhongli, isn't it?
Besides, this guy's the best in his field. No matter the rock, he'll tell you its value to the nearest mora at a glance.
Yeah, really hammering it home.
I'd go as far to say that there's not a soul on Tevat that knows rocks better than him. I'd be a fool to not enlist an expert of his caliber.
You're a fool if you think you found Tevat's #1 rock expert.
Oh? And why might that be?
Because Tevat's #1 rock expert happens to be a friend of ours. Ha! Didn't expect that, did you? Wait,
We'll go fetch him.
Paimon bets Zhongli is listening to the storyteller. Let's head over.
Here you are. Yep.
Ooh,
Here you go.
didn't notice that before.
Yep.
I just like to make people smile.
In our last tale, Rex Lapis.
Zhongli, there you are.
Oh, here for a few tales. I didn't know you two were connoisseurs.
Oh, no, we're here for you. Do you have time?
Ah, something I'm rarely short of.
We didn't talk at all. Or didn't move his mouth at all. Where,
We need someone who understands geology and ore.
Someone who understands geology and ore.
Take a look around. Is there anyone in Tevat more qualified? The requester claims to have enlisted Tevat's #1 rock expert, but Paimon doesn't believe a word of it. Nobody understands rocks better than you.
You appear to have taken his claim quite personally on my behalf.
Oh, no. It's just Uncle Dai doesn't know what he's talking about. Paimon just wants to enlighten him.
I see. Well then, it will be my pleasure to accompany you.
Really?
But I should inform you that despite my expertise, I cannot necessarily claim to be a leading authority. We are at all times adrift in a sea of learning. New knowledge should be welcomed with open arms. Still, I imagine I will be of help to you in this endeavor. If we do encounter an expert, I look forward to broadening my own understandings.
Stop being so modest, Zhongli. Well, we got him. Let's head back to Uncle Dai. Uncle Dai, we're back.
Oh. And this must be the friend you spoke of?
Yep. Paimon doesn't know who your rock expert is, but he's got nothing on our guy.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Still, I do have a claim to some experience in this field.
Uh-huh. So you say. Wait till my guy gets here. Then we'll see. It's no use me singing his praises. You'll have to see for yourselves.
I thought they were originally talking. He was originally talking to Zhongli. So yeah, I guess that was wrong, and he just is another guy.
Is this the place?
Aha! Speak of the devil. Allow me to introduce my assistant, Kun Jun. Young Kun, these are 2 adventurers assigned to us. And as for this gentleman...
A consultant from.
Genshin Funeral Parlor's consultant. Mr. Zhongli. I've heard about you. They say you're a man of great knowledge and many talents. I had no idea I'd be meeting you in person today.
I'm sure I recognize you. Have we met at the parlor? Wait, I've never been to the parlor.
Uncle Dai, aren't you gonna test them?
Huh? I wouldn't know where to start.
Then they can figure out a way to test each other. If Zhongli wins, he's the assistant. If Zhongli loses, Never mind. Zhongli won't lose.
A contest? Why, it would be my pleasure.
I admire your enthusiasm, good sir.
I must say, you certainly have the look of an industry expert about you. It'll be interesting to see which one of us wins.
Stop talking the talk and start walking the walk.
I'm just saying it like I see it. Which is, incidentally, the only skill I have worth talking about.
So you're an appraiser, Mr. Kunjun.
Well, no. Actually, I've already forgotten what I'm in Liyue Harbor for. I was standing by the side of the road one day when Uncle Dai called me over. He saw me holding a rock and asked me a few questions. He seemed incredibly excited, even followed me for a while. We arranged to meet here.
Huh? How could you forget something like that?
I saw him on my way over to Liyue Harbor, poring over rocks and muttering to himself. He looked to be very familiar with them. I asked him a few questions out of curiosity. To my surprise, he knew more than me, an old mining foreman. In any case, he didn't have any pressing matters and agreed to help me.
So, do you have a poor memory?
Not exactly. Anyway, if it's rocks you need help with, I can most certainly lend a hand. Mr. Zhongli, what do you make of this rock?
A glossy exterior, with a fissure that could only have been left in the wake of a volcanic eruption. If I'm not mistaken, this is a rough gem from another nation.
Ah, a keen eye.
It's no ordinary rough gem. Fragile surface layer, black veining. My intuition tells me that there's high-quality crystal ore inside.
Remarkable! This rock does indeed hail from the vicinity of a volcano. I came across it in a market and snapped it straight up. The seller thought it was some leftover industrial remnant. They had no inkling of the treasure that lay within. Purity and geological rarity alone aren't enough to make a treasure. Some of the most precious crystals contain deposits of water or sand. In the moment of its formation, the crystal hidden within this stone shell captured a pocket of water. For water to be hidden in its depths, like a moon concealed within a mountain, reflecting shafts of daylight that make it through. Now that's a rare treasure.
Such a detailed description. Almost like he saw it with his own 2 eyes. Say, you're not trying to hoodwink us, are you? After all, we haven't even seen what's inside yet.
Everything he said is true. Most crystals are born in high-temperature environments. Heat and water aren't natural bedfellows, of course, which is why crystals with water deposits are so sought after. Moreover, this particular crystal contains mountain lake water. A rare find indeed.
How the fuck can he tell the difference between the types of water?
Well, if Zhongli says so, it must be true.
I've yet to encounter anyone with a judgment as shrewd as yours, Mr. Zhongli. How did you know exactly what lay within?
I've seen many such stones in my time. I recognized it immediately. I hope you didn't mind me flaunting my experience, Mr. Kunjun.
Of course not. I feel I've met a kindred spirit here today. I hope you will accept my friendship. Uncle Dai, it would be a mistake for Mr. Zhongli not to join us. Trust me when I say that his level of expertise is unrivaled in the trade. You won't come across another of his caliber in your lifetime.
Very well. There is strength in numbers, after all. Everyone, follow me to the chasm. There are men counting on you to find them.
Well, that's what the mission is. Yeah, so yeah, it seems like that's it. So now we go to the... Okay, there. What best teleport spot for this? There's none super close, actually. That's closer, but you gotta go through that. Oh, we will, I guess. Wait, is this this way or that way? Or like up or down? I guess it's up. Well, so one thing I forgot. I think this is ready. Let's get this over with. Where is my seaweed collection? That's usually what I put in there. Oh, there it is. Max.
Here we go.
Yeah, so, yeah. Oh, that's that.
Whoa, this mine is huge.
This is where the incident occurred. 6 days ago, a group of us left the site to attend to other matters. When we returned, the 4 men we'd left behind had vanished. I led a team around the entire mine, but found no trace. That's when I decided to enlist help.
So 4 miners have disappeared.
Yes, there were 10 of us. We lost Long, Bold Sen, Brave Sen, and Mao. I worked with all of them.
Workers in this trade are usually young men in the prime of their lives. Could it be that the 4 of them left for another mine?
Unlikely. There's no other lodging for miles around, and we didn't pass any other mines on the way over.
Huh. Such a huge mine. Did you really manage to explore every corner?
Underground, overground, we left no stone unturned. We tried everything short of digging further into the earth itself. How could 4 sturdy young men just vanish into the bedrock?
We'll need to explore the site ourselves before extracting any conclusions.
Very well. I'll wait here. Please, proceed wherever you'd like. If you come across any clues, let me know straight away.
Hey.
So strange. How could the 4 of them just suddenly disappear? Did they run away from something?
And gotta love the
Let's
search
look around
missions.
first and see if we can find any clues.
Oh, just right there. Thought it was gonna be another elemental site thing.
Over here! What's this? A pile of shirts, some trousers.
A few everyday items. They must belong to Uncle Dai and his men.
1, 2, 3, 4. Huh. That seems right. 10 shirts, 10 pairs of trousers. These must be spares, right? Look, Uncle Dai's clothes are identical.
The 4 of them have been gone for 6 days without a change of clothes.
There's also a few handkerchiefs and some soap lying around. Oh, and some tool belts.
Items for washing one's face before the dawn shift. Mining equipment.
So, they didn't take any supplies.
Correct.
Maybe they didn't need them, maybe they just forgot them. Huh.
Improbable. There are 4 pickaxes missing. It seems likely they left with the tools of their trade. They had time to take their tools, but not their everyday items? Curious.
Huh. Why would someone set off with their tools, but leave their luggage behind?
1, they were working close by and didn't need to move their personal effects. But seeing as they've yet to return, this seems an unlikely hypothesis. Or 2, they were forced to leave and had no time to think about their supplies.
Oh.
It's certainly a possibility. We'll need more clues before any further inference can be made.
If they didn't leave, maybe they were made to leave. Let's make a note and let Uncle Dai know.
Okay, so... Oh, is this it?
Kunjun, what do you have there?
Oh, right on time.
Did you find anything?
There's a chunk of ore here. Perhaps there are clues within.
Or, what does it have to do with the disappearance?
Let's find out. I'll give it a try. A moment, please. Okay.
Wait, is that... I saw horns on a head. Is that Ganyu? Wait, looked young, too young to be Ganyu. Ganyu is the mastermind here.
Looks like he's concentrating really hard. What's he up to?
I see. 4 men following someone out of the mine. It looks like a child.
A child? What's a child doing in a mine?
I'm not sure.
Also, how did you see anything exactly?
Oh, I don't mean see in the traditional sense. I would appreciate it if what I'm about to tell you remained a secret. It's a little odd. I can perceive the memories of ore.
Huh?
Perceive? So there's no conjecture at work?
You mean you can put your hand on a rock and boom, it just happens?
I've always sensed that ore contains memories. Sometimes it records events that occur in the surrounding area. All I have to do is touch one and focus my attention, and the memories come to me.
That's a really funky superpower.
Amazing! So you can find out everything that ever happened there.
It depends on the ore. Some ores have astounding memories. Others, like iron ore and white iron ore, aren't up to much. Their memories are hazy. Core lapis and crystal memories are much stronger. They record more events and in greater detail.
Stone seeing. Fascinating. A rare ability indeed. It was prudent of Uncle Dai to recruit you, Mr. Kunjun.
I'm glad I can be of assistance. Based on what I saw, I believe they followed this path.
This will take us north, away from the mine.
North. Another clue for Uncle Dai. Let's make a note of it.
Hey.
Let's play! Rain outlines your
Oh, hey.
Flicker.
Pretty good. Stream is going fine. You're starting to seem a bit like a bot. Wait, fuck.
Brace yourself. Everybody stand back.
Cause that's usually. What is it? I said like a bot because I've had a lot of bots try to sell me things and they always lead with how's the stream going. Seems like you're not though. Good to know. We non-bots have to stick together. I got distracted by the enemies and ran away from the objective.
Time to act.
Yeah. I don't know if you've ever streamed, but every single like stream you do, there's gonna be a bot trying to sell you something. Well, not every single stream, but quite a few streams. I think I've had multiple bots in one stream before.
Excuse me, sir. Are you one of the workers here?
And the bots always start with, hey, how are you doing? And then how's the stream going, I think. Not like that exactly. I never bother checking it out. I said it's either a scam or I'm just not interested.
Ah, yes, yes. You must be here about the disappearance. Please, find them if you can. I don't know what happened. The weather was gloomy that day. The foreman left with a few men. I stayed behind with the other 4. After a while, I decided to take a break, just to catch my breath. I ended up falling asleep in the shelter inside. When I woke up, there was no sight of them. I'd only just been speaking with them and suddenly, they'd vanished.
Yeah. It is. Well, it's a really common thing, bots. I said they're always trying to sell you something. So, seeing as we've established you're at least partially biological, how are you today?
Maybe I'm next.
So the men that were out working disappeared, with the only one left to tell the tale having been asleep in a shelter. Perhaps an accident occurred on site.
What a scary thought. An on-site accident. We should note that down too. We found some clues. Time to report back to Uncle Di.
Hey, where is he? Is it so? Oh, he's right there. I didn't see him past the thing. The post. Oh boy.
You're back. How are the investigations going?
Yeah, good to know you're doing well. What is it? So, said I assume if you're watching a Genshin stream, you play Genshin. What AR are you?
We found 3 clues in the vicinity. First, there are 4 missing pickaxes, yet everyday items are still in their place. This suggests that your men didn't leave of their own accord, but were forced to.
Forced to? But who would kidnap miners?
Who indeed? Second, there were 5 workers at the mine. One of them left the site to take respite. When he awoke, his colleagues had disappeared without a trace.
Oh, you just started AR30. Oh, that's nice. What is it? I decided to start playing this game on stream. Figured I'd just stream it once or twice just for the sake of it. You know, just do it as use it as a vehicle to get into streaming. I didn't realize I'd like it as much as I do. I thought I'd stop playing it quickly.
Those who kept working all disappeared. The one who left early emerged safe and sound. It would appear that the incident occurred on site.
So if you're AR30, then you're probably around the Inazuma route. Maybe finished it. Or maybe not finished it, but near it.
Now that you mention it, I recall Bravo saying that he took a break. Could someone have entered the site and simply walked away with them?
This leads me to my third point. Mr. Kun-jun here made good use of his expert techniques to arrive at a conclusion. It was a child that took your men away.
Yeah, so you're not finished Inazuma yet. Yeah, I find Inazuma quite fun. What is it? How far into Inazuma are you? Like, have you met the Raiden Shogun yet?
A child? But there are no settlements here for miles around. There's no way a child would have made it over to the mine.
Unlikely as it sounds, that's our conclusion. Your men were following a child.
Where did they go?
We believe that they followed the road north, away from the mine and toward the ruins.
You haven't met her yet, Yeah, so that's a pretty fun quest, that one. Yeah, for the Inazuma arc, I find all the arcs are good. Inazuma was definitely pretty fun.
North. Right. I'll rally my men and head in pursuit. You've been invaluable to the investigation, but leave the legwork to us. If we set off now and make haste, we might be able to catch him.
Not so fast. The incident occurred 6 days ago. Even if they set out on foot, they will have covered a lot of ground by now.
You're right. New plan. I'll lead my search party over to the settlements further out and make some inquiries. There are only a few settlements around here with lodging for the night. We'll go investigate and see if we can come up with anything. In the meantime, you could keep looking for clues. If we don't see each other, let's reconvene at Wangshu Inn tomorrow evening.
Agreed.
All right. Me and my men will get going.
Wait, isn't Wangshu Inn really far away from here? Why would we reconvene there? That's not a smart place to reconvene. It's like on the other side of the country.
So, they're gonna talk to the people over at the settlements while we keep investigating here.
Correct.
But there aren't any more clues at the mine. Shouldn't we go north?
Wait. I believe we're missing someone.
Huh? Oh yeah! Where's Kunjun? Paimon bets he's still investigating. Let's go find him.
Woohoo.
Body and mind.
Kunjun, what are you searching for? We're all out of clues. Let's get going.
Ah, apologies. I'm conducting a quick search for my own benefit. I'm looking for a precious stone known as Dragonfall.
Dragonfall. Dragonfall is often used in forging. What use do you have for it?
I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't recall why I'm seeking it. I've been feeling very absent lately. Name and address aside, I'm having trouble remembering things. In fact, I've been feeling extremely anxious, as if there's something I've forgotten to finish. It's an unpleasant sensation.
Oh boy, what is it? This reminds me of Dwarf Fortress for some reason. The desire to finish something, having no idea what it is, reminds me of the Strange Moods. Oh boy.
Oh, Paimon knows that feeling. When you know you've forgotten something, but you can't remember exactly what it is.
And nothing knows how to make your processor commit suicide like Dwarf Fortress.
I don't even know where to start with it. I've been aimlessly wandering. That day at the market, I overheard a conversation while I was buying something. They mentioned Dragonfall. It sounded so familiar to me, as if whatever it was I had to do was linked to that stone. So, I decided to look for some. Perhaps if I can retrieve some, I'll remember what it is I have to do.
I see. If I am able to during our endeavor, I will help you look for this stone.
Really? Oh, thank you, Mr. Zhongli. You're too kind.
Think nothing of it.
Shouldn't we get going?
Heading north from the chasm, we'll reach Lingju Pass. If this is indeed the path they chose, there will be traces.
Oh, is this the much-awaited elemental sight moment?
Great! Let's have a look.
Woohoo.
Body and mind.
Wait, fuck.
Body and mind. Time to act.
Yeah. Are you still there, Lisa?
Wait, there are tracks here. These must have been left by the miners.
Yeah, I'm wondering because you haven't typed in chat. So, do you have any 5 stars yet?
Let us make our way to the end of Lingju Pass. If there are no footprints there, it would suggest that the miners are still within the pass itself. However, if we find new tracks, we can follow them wherever they may lead.
I know. I don't know when it was I got my first 5 star. I think it was pretty late, though. I lost my first 50-50 to Zhongli and got to Luke. Recently I lost 50-50 for Yelan and got Chi-Chi. So, haven't been super lucky there. Any characters you're hoping to get?
Hey, footprints!
It would appear that they made their way through Lingju Pass and kept moving.
If we follow their footprints, we should be able to find where they went.
Anyway, you want Yolan? I just lost 50-50 on her. I hope you get better luck. Ah, fuck. Of course. Fuck timing.
Let me weave you a verse.
Here you are.
Oh boy.
Teamwork is strength.
Process of elimination.
Yeah, I said I got shitty 50-50 luck, but I can't complain too much about my luck because I also got I'll hate them signature weapon.
Oh no, the footprints end here.
We should inquire with anyone nearby. If the miners came through here, they may well have seen them.
Don't I use overlays on stream? I only use the Twitch chat one. Fuck, there's a fucking lot of rune guards here, aren't there? Holy shit.
Hi there. Have you seen anyone dressed like a miner around here?
A miner? I'm afraid not.
Yeah, I haven't delved too much into the complex, like, world of Twitch add-ons and whatnot. I said the only one I bothered with was Twitch chat in the bottom left corner, which the main reason I have that is actually for YouTube. So, because I use YouTube as a VOD archive, and that lets me see what was being said in chat at the time.
Let's try someone else.
So that is mostly more there for future viewing than current viewing. And yeah, Alhaitham is a lot of fun. I really like him. He's has a bit of micromanaging for his mirrors. Oh, Joy. Hi there, buddy.
Time for takeoff. Rain outlines your fate. Let's light it up!
Scatter.
Yeah, boy. That deals with that.
Have you seen any miners nearby? About this tall? 4 of them?
I don't understand the, like, aggro in this game some of the time. Like, sometimes I'll walk in front of things, they won't notice me. On the other hand, that fucker noticed me from all the way over there.
Stop bothering me. Can't you see I'm cloud watching?
Jeez, a little grumpy, aren't we? Whatever. Let's go ask someone else.
Oh, another one.
Don't be a killjoy. We've only just begun.
Here you are.
Looks like I went too far.
Here you go.
Yes, and this one's the last one. Yeah, Alhaitham is a lot of fun. Haven't got him fully built yet, though.
Hey there! Seen any miners?
It must have been about 4 or 5 days ago. There were a few men who came through here carrying baskets and picks. I guess that could have been them.
Yeah, that's them!
4 or 5 days ago. It appears that they were moving slower than we'd anticipated. Traversing the geography of Lingju Pass must have held them up.
It was so strange. 4 big guys with lifeless expressions. It was like they were in some sort of trance. And there was a child staggering in front of them.
This is the reverse Pied Piper.
Huh. This child. Did you see what they look like?
I caught a glimpse. Blue hair, short. I think it was a girl. She wasn't smiling. In fact, she looked very serious.
So Lisa, do you know how much pity you have? Like how many wishes you've made, seeing as you haven't got a 5-star yet? Because if you've been playing for a while, eventually you'll hit it. Where you've got to get a 5-star.
And they took this road?
Yes, they followed it straight from here.
Let's go after them.
Oh wait. Yeah, I'll do this.
Think you can get away?
Ah, fuck.
No, my sword! Let me weave you a bird. Everybody stand back!
Flicker.
What's in this tickling? This isn't good.
Defract. Here you are.
Let's light it up! Off we go! Rain outlines your fate. Teamwork is dreamwork!
Fuck, accidentally messed up my combo. And that's the downside of Elhatham. And here we are, back to it.
My work finished.
Here you go.
Right. Oh. Apparently I'm not good at dealing with water shields. Oh man, you now. Why can't you fuckers go away?
Rain outlines your fate. Yahoo! Everybody stand back!
Here you are.
Can't run from death.
Alright. That's that dealt with. Man, it's like when you're on a quest, the fucker's aggro range gets twice as big.
More footprints. There's a person over there.
Help! Please save me!
Is that one of the people we're looking for? Oh, rescue first. Ask questions later.
Hi there.
Witness the power of Guwa. Know my sword!
Defract.
Those monsters were so aggressive. They must have noticed me walking through. Before I knew it, they were all over me. Thank you all for saving me. My name is Wanyu. I belong to Liyue's Shengyu Hall. I head up our human culture and civilization research.
Yeah. So Lisa, do you know how much pity you have?
Huh? You sure you're not a miner?
A miner?
Yeah, we're looking for a group of 4 strong fellas carrying mining equipment.
Well, I mean, she certainly fits the profile.
I think I saw those people.
Really?
Yes. I set off from Nantianmen the day before yesterday, heading for Lingju Pass. About halfway there, I came across some people. A few men and a child. I was in a hurry. I didn't get a good look. I'm afraid I'm not even sure what they looked like. Apologies.
I think that's all we needed to hear. Thank you.
I hope it's useful to you. I'd better get going. There's a conference I need to attend. Again, thank you all for your help.
Oh, and she just walks
According
off.
to the scholar, the miners were heading for Nantiamun.
Can we be absolutely sure that it was the men that we're looking for?
A child with a group of adults. Sounds pretty close to Paimon. But...
Hey, perhaps that rock over there can tell us more.
Aha! Paimon nearly forgot about our secret weapon.
It looks promising. I'll do my best. It's the same group, all right. They followed this road.
Mr. Kunjun, your stone seeing is something I won't forget in a hurry.
I suppose it is an asset, though I rarely find a use for it. But praise from Mr. Zhongli is high praise indeed.
It's a good thing we brought our Kunjun compass along. We would have lost all sense of direction a long time ago.
You think so? I guess it's been a worthwhile trip then. It feels like we're cracking a criminal case. It's a lot of fun.
Be that as it may, we would do well to keep our guards high.
Just a bunch of hilichurls chilling off in the distance.
4 fully grown men in a trance-like state, walking ceaselessly day and night, over hills and mountains, led by a child. This is no ordinary incident.
Oh, you're quite right, Mr. Zhongli. We should have our wits about us.
That's not all. Our scholar was attacked by Geovishap hatchlings, but the level of aggression they exhibited was unusual. We have encountered many clues along the way. So far, they've pointed us in the right direction. The miners headed in the direction of Nantianmen the day before yesterday. From here, they would have had to navigate a perilous mountain road. If their destination is indeed Nantianmen, we should be able to catch up with them.
Great! No time to lose!
I left a mark in the vicinity just now. If Uncle Dai does pass through here, it should guide him to us.
Clever thinking. A classic Zhongli move.
Huh. Should I maybe teleport instead? You know what? I think I'll teleport.
Hey! Over here on the ground! Is this one of the missing people?
There's a basket lying here, too. This must be one of the miners.
Hey! Hello? Can you hear us?
Judging by his appearance, he must have collapsed from exhaustion.
Should we wake him up?
I can still dig.
Sounds like he's whispering something.
It seems that he thinks he still has work to do. Something's not right. There's a camp nearby. We should take him there and monitor his condition before deciding our next move.
Well, unfortunately, I've got a hilichurl village to massacre. So that can wait.
I'm going in! Rain outlines your fate. Rain cutter. Let's light it up!
Must have already gotten the treasure here. Fuck. Oh well.
Wouldn't gliding be faster? How is he?
He's worked himself into a stupor. Thankfully, he's not in serious danger.
Paimon heard him talking about digging for something. Did he dig himself into this state?
It's certainly a possibility.
It looks like there's something in his pocket. Are these ore fragments? I just witnessed the memories within these ore fragments. This person brought these fragments out of the mine. He's one of the 4 that we're searching for.
How he came to be here is what we need to understand.
So he was kidnapped and then abandoned here. But if they didn't need him, why bring him all the way out here?
Unless something happened. Something that led him to fall behind.
Ugh. Paimon's had enough. This is too mysterious.
Oh, wait a moment. Seeing these fragments has jogged my memory. I have something for you.
What is it? Ooh, is it a present?
Something for us?
As I mentioned, before I met Uncle Dai, I was in a daze. After setting out with you on this case, it feels like a fog is lifting. I was so happy when Uncle Dai enlisted you to help. I would never have managed to track down these clues by myself. These are some crystals that I bought from the market. Not any old crystals, mind you. This purity is extraordinarily rare. One for each of you. A memory, if you will.
It's beautiful. Oh, and the colors change as you turn it. It's like a different crystal from each angle.
But of course, take it. And this one is for Mr. Zhongli. Huh? Is something wrong? Not to your liking?
On the contrary. I just hadn't anticipated receiving a gift during the current circumstances. But thank you. I will take good care of it.
I'm pleased you like them. It's nice to be able to give a gift that others can appreciate. Oh, I see more rocks over there. You should all get some rest. I'm going to scan the surroundings. Perhaps there are more memories to uncover.
You sure like rocks, huh, Kunjun?
Ores are the crystals of the earth, the sediment of time itself. I feel at peace among them. Get some rest and call me when you're ready to set off. I won't be far.
Rest easy. I surveyed the area. There's no danger here. Oh, however, there is something I wanted to discuss with you.
Hey, didn't we just see a massive Vishap, like, nearby? How the fuck is there nothing dangerous here?
Huh? What's with the seriousness all of a sudden?
Traveler, does Dragonfall mean anything to you?
You mean the ore that Kunjun's looking for? What's so special about it?
Dragonfall is an incredibly rare ore used in forging. The majority of regular crystals are formed in high-temperature environments. Dragonfall, on the other hand, is formed as a product of elemental reactions.
Elemental reactions can produce material objects?
Indeed they can. However, only a minority can survive for long periods of time. Dragonfall first emerged in the midst of a great battle, thousands of years ago. Powerful clashes of elemental energy gave birth to elemental crystals. When the fighting ceased, these geological remnants were miraculously preserved.
So I take it... Wait, is he gonna say that the crystals he gave us are Dragonfall? Even though he said he needed Dragonfall?
And yet they are crystal creations all the same. Few and far between, relatively unknown. A few hundred years ago, they were virtually mined into obscurity. Why is it then that a citizen of Liyue now wishes to strike upon ore that has long since vanished from the earth?
Yeah, if he knows of its existence, surely he knows all of it's already been mined. Weird. Paimon doesn't get it.
There are those in the mining trade who retain a keen interest in Dragonfall. But for someone like Mr. Kunjun, whose motivations for seeking it are unclear even unto himself, it's practically unheard of.
Ulterior motives? Is he a villain?
A conclusion that is presently impossible to reach. We must watch and wait.
So this war is super special and it's a massive plot MacGuffin for this quest.
Don't forget, rescuing those miners is the primary objective. As for anything else, sooner or later the tide will reveal the lie of the land. We're drawing closer to our goal. I believe we should continue to follow this road through. Now that we've found one, the others won't be far away. When you're well rested, call Mr. Kunjun over to us. We still have more investigation ahead. We should ensure this miner is settled here at the camp. Once we've brought this matter to a close, we can return and attend to him. I suggest we leave a note for Uncle Dai. If he does find the camp, he'll know what to do.
This is the archaic stone. Is that the one that you need for they give the buddy and the other thing? Also, yeah, here's the 60 and the dream solvent and well, they're making pretty good time. I might be able to start another one if this one ends soon.
Wouldn't gliding be faster?
Did I see a thing there? Have I never been here? It's possible I have and just haven't done everything in it. There are, I mean, there are things I'm missing. Only 56 here. There are a lot of things I'm missing. 70 there, 70 there, 65 there, 91, 63, 76, 93, 64. Yeah, quite a bit. And I haven't even unlocked this place yet. I got a lot of work to do there. Across Inazuma, really. I'll do some of those world quests on stream.
Let's go. The world is full of lost ballads. Here we go.
Kunjun, we need to get going.
No problem. I'm done here.
Any results, Mr. Kunjun?
There are many beautiful rocks here, but nothing out of the ordinary. I couldn't find any clues. Then again, the memories of ore can shift with the passage of time and the changing of the environment. Difficult to say. I feel that ore memories tend to be from the recent past.
So there's never any ancient memories?
Rocks endure, but as eons pass, their memories are erased. Those memories that survive are rooted in powerful emotion or thought.
That makes sense. It is the same for people.
Indeed. Let's keep going.
What? Huh.
Wow. Such an immense tree.
And there's so many mysterious looking crystals up there too. Amazing.
This ancient tree. Let's conduct separate investigations. I'll take that area. Perhaps you could survey this section. All right then.
Kunjun, can you see anything worth investigating?
What the fuck am I doing? Oh boy. That's really something. On one hand, I don't want to stop looking at this. On the other hand, I really should.
Well, there is this stone tablet here.
Doesn't seem very interesting. Paimon's gonna look over there.
Huh. It's worth a try, surely. Let me see. Oh.
Ooh. Fortunate Son starts playing.
This is...
Hey, what's wrong?
just a bit lightheaded. It's past. Nothing to worry about. Not yet.
Whatever. Paimon's going to investigate over there. Why don't you climb the tree and have a look? If you don't try, you won't know. Anyway, you'll be able to get a good look at our surroundings from up there.
Oh. You think so?
When has Paimon ever come up with a bad idea,
I can think of a few.
Wait a minute. Paimon can fly. Alright, Paimon will go. You wait here. Paimon will...
All of you, come here.
Huh? Zhongli's voice came from behind the tree. Did he find another clue? Quick, let's go see. Maybe he found another miner.
Living dars in heaven and earth, thanks to the merciful Adeptus. On the site lies an evil dragon. Please do not disturb it. Alright, I see. I get where we're going with this now, because I know this is where you unlock a boss.
Wouldn't gliding be faster?
This has been newly dug. It would appear our answer is up ahead.
Is that a voice coming from the tunnel? Someone else go first.
This gonna be a domain?
Compose yourselves. I will lead us in.
Is this where the domain
There is an
entrance?
unusual presence emanating from inside the tunnel. Prepare yourselves and tread lightly.
I suppose Zhongli, obviously, because it's basically his pet, he has to know.
The missing miners are here. What are they digging for?
I'm afraid that this whole tunnel is the fruit of their strenuous labor.
That gate. Has it been there all along?
Digging a tunnel to this ancient seal. Had they not been discovered, they would undoubtedly persevere to the gate.
So behind the seal, there's...
Oh boy, here we go.
What do we do? We can't hurt them.
Get down, Mr. President. Right. Oh boy. Zhongli is really cool though. Huh.
What type of monster is this?
Morax, you arrive on my doorstep of your own volition. Excellent. Taking revenge and sealing me away will be all the easier.
So, the little girl is your power incarnate. But if you recall, Ishtar, this is not how we intended for events to transpire.
Waste not your words. Your life is mine.
Oh. Man, and I thought Venti had it rough with Dvalin.
Gather.
Compared to Azdaha, Dvalin was a cakewalk. Let's heal up a bit just to make sure I have everything.
No, my sword.
Stabilize.
Everybody, stand back. Huh?
This one's not enough. You would forsake me again?
If that is what you choose to believe, so be it. He who bears the weight of memory is destined to shoulder the burden of truth, as it ought to be. Gather!
Body and mind. Ring cutter.
The process of elimination.
Time to act. Not good.
Order guide you. Solidify.
Morax! You think you can destroy me?
I mean, I am destroying you.
Stabilize.
Oh, wait.
No, my sword. Witness the power of Gua. Rain outline.
Here you are.
I'm going in.
Rise.
Fuck, accidentally used Zhongli without getting his shield.
Solidify.
The enraged earth will not absolve you!
So that little girl was Azdaha then.
Brace yourselves.
And this boss fight's pretty difficult, to be honest.
Light it up.
Definitely more than the average, I would say.
I will have order.
Rain outlines your fate.
Let's play.
Experience an eon of suffering.
Froggy boy. Die, frog.
Morax, 1,000 years after you sealed me underground, you return for the second time.
You should call it by its name, Azhdaha. Fate.
Fate? Fate? So here lies the wisdom of the gods. Destroy all deemed redundant. Enlist tyrants to ravage the wilderness.
No. You have forgotten.
That voice.
Azhdaha.
Huh? Kunjun?
Morax. It's been a while.
You're...
Is that the good half of Azdaha?
Azhdaha. The very same.
During the battle, you imbued us with your power.
Yes. It was all I could manage. Forgive me for concealing the truth, traveler. There were things that only became clear to me upon reaching this tree. Allow me to elaborate. I am not Azhdaha the whole, but a fragment. Heaven and earth, yin and yang, opposing forces. You can consider the existence of me and the Azhdaha you see there to be a reflection of such polarities. We are a schism of the will of Azhdaha.
So there are two Ashdahas?
No, it can't be. That's impossible.
When the seal loosened, your power manifested in this world as a child. With this new identity, you were able to vent about the forces that suppressed you. But would anyone listen? Would they even care? That's when it occurred to you. The loosening of the seal constituted an opportunity to strike back. kidnapping the miners was all in aid of digging to the entrance to the seal itself. Your plan was to launch an attack on both ends, from outside and within, thereby fully destroying the seal.
Okay, but this doesn't answer the question of why the fuck half of Azhdaha is a little girl.
The audacity! Are you insane? If you truly are a part of me, how is it you find yourself standing on the side of the betrayer?
I was another power awakened with the loosening of the seal. Too weak to reincarnate, but strong enough to possess a human body.
Wait, so Kunjun is a real person, not a manifestation of Azhdaha, but part of Azhdaha put itself inside of Kunjun.
I was barely conscious. I couldn't remember who I was. Only the past would elicit a reaction from me.
Wait,
but my aim
sliding.
was clear. Find Morax.
What the fuck is going on there?
And aid him in stopping you.
Yeah, I guess it's the effect, but it looks really fucking funky from this angle.
I had sensed that something was amiss when you mentioned Dragonfall. Had your power been but a little stronger, I would have recognized you.
Don't blame yourself. I have changed beyond all recognition. Only when I touched the stone tablet did I truly remember.
And the memory sounded like Fortunate Son.
It's been so long. A secret beyond all comprehension of youthful humanity and ancient dragonkind. Morax, do you want to tell the tale?
There would be no harm in it. The decision is yours.
You haven't changed. Then allow me. Azhdaha was once a friend and ally of the Geo-Archon Morax, with a lifespan far exceeding that of mankind. However, that which is derived of the Earth is no more or less than the Earth itself. The memories of rocks do not last long. Those memories that survive are rooted in powerful emotion. But as time passes, so these memories fade into obscurity. Erosion is the world's greatest destroyer of memories. Erosion ground Azhdaha's consciousness into oblivion. Slowly, he forgot the face of his old friend, and his memories of defending Liyue Harbor disintegrated.
I think I've heard someone say Azhdaha was a frog with dementia. I guess this is what they meant.
Azhdaha, now incomplete, became irascible, aggressive.
What would you expect? It was humanity that attacked the ley lines that sustained me.
This much is true, which is why you attacked the chasm, why you waged war against Morax. In the beginning, in order to open up new territory and increase production, the citizens of Liyue came to the mountains to mine. Overexploitation caused the ley lines to quake, which brought untold suffering to us. Erosion made us even more savage. No matter how we struggled, we lost the ability to coexist with humanity. We lost all reason. Morax shared with us some of his power to prevent further erosion, but it was futile. Everything returns to dust. It is the natural order, an unstoppable force. And so, we became you. And from your will, I emerged. I am your final contract. Witness the promise between Azhdaha and Morax. You can hate me, but you cannot deny me.
No. No!
I am the remnants of Azhdaha's benevolence, the echo of a contract set in stone. I harbor a willingness to go further. A willingness to coexist peacefully with mankind.
No. This is I, Azhdaha, forged of elemental crystal, bearer of the weight and memories of the earth, older than the mountains and the oceans at the sides. I will not swear allegiance to this insect.
Morax is not an insect.
A lord over insects is nothing but an insect in turn.
You forgot yourself. Nobody held Morax in higher regard than you or I. That which you have forgotten, I hold here in my heart. If you are the memory of the Earth, then I am the memory of coexistence. Of coexistence with humanity. All powers under heaven, rise and fall of land and sea.
A star appears within the wild. A sun ascends as bright as jade. Strange. What is this feeling? And all this?
So I guess that's what I mistook for horns. Yeah. Still weird they made Azhdaha's evil side a fucking child, I gotta say.
You are spent, and I will soon disappear. Before I do, heed these words. In the wilderness, snow falls on a spring day. In an instant, it will melt. Even where it is fleeting and leaves no trace. Even where it will never fall again.
No! That isn't true! I don't accept this as fate!
Perhaps it isn't, but it remains an inevitable misfortune.
More axe.
Delete the child. Thanos snap.
The little girl vanished.
Fetus deletus.
Are you satisfied, Azhdaha?
I had to make amends. Satisfaction had no part in it. So, Morax, you call yourself Zhongli these days?
I do.
Well, I'm afraid old habits die hard. To me, you're Morax.
As you please.
I never did forget your gift of sight.
I hardly lifted a finger. Think nothing of it.
And yet, you could see. You wouldn't know the yearning of a blind dragon, searching for the sun. A pair of eyes, from Morax to Azhdaha. This, I will remember this.
So that's how Morax tamed Azhdaha in the first place. Gave him eyes. Well.
Your power is nearly spent.
Perceptive as always, my friend.
Shall we get going, you and I?
Surely the pressing matter is still that of the miners trapped outside the seal.
Indeed. Hence the need to get going. To fix the damage left in your wake.
Straight down to business as always. Let's go.
Huh.
Huh? How did we get here? We need to go back and check on the miners.
So there you are. My men and I found your clues and followed them straight here. We found Mao in a tent at the campsite unconscious. It seems he'll be okay. Sadly, we found no trace of the other three. Huh? Young Kun, what is...
Nothing. Pay it no mind. Those three miners are over there, in that cave.
Cave? What happened?
They're exhausted, but not in danger. Don't worry.
Right. Well, thank you, all of you. I better go and see how they're doing.
So you're taking them back to Liyue Harbor?
That's right.
Can I come with you?
No problem. You rescued my men. I'll be happy to assist all of you in any way I can. I'll be back soon. I need to assess their condition.
Kunjun, we should be calling you Ezdaha. You're coming back to Liyue Harbor too, right?
Not I. Merely this body. Once I'm gone, the true owner will accompany the miners back to Liyue. Kunjun hails from a family of famous artisans. He too will be famous in time. It would be a shame for someone of his talent to go missing.
You always did have a great admiration for blacksmiths.
Curious how swords and daggers are blind, yet their creators see so much. Perhaps empathy is mankind's proudest achievement after all.
Ezdaha, I am no longer the Geo-Archon.
I can sense it.
Today I am just an ordinary citizen of Liyue.
Who happens to have crazy geo powers still.
Even you met such a fate. Let's get the difficult part out of the way. I cannot guarantee that I won't be awoken a second time.
What is it? So one thing to note about that, because one thing I've realized is, so without Morax's Gnosis, I'm pretty sure he's about par with any other Adeptus. Maybe a bit better than most Adeptus because of experience, but the Gnosis was, I believe, what made him like so much more powerful than the Adeptus, because he's the same as any other Adeptus, to my knowledge. Because I'm pretty sure that the Adeptus are literally basically just gods or lesser gods of Liyue. I think he was one before, or relative to them, before he got the Gnosis in the first place.
No matter. If that day comes to pass, Liyue must prepare itself to face you.
And how will Liyue fare without Rex Lapis?
Even without a god above, this remains a nation of men. I was once their god. I ought to be here to witness their rise and fall.
All life is shaped and then ground away by the endless flow of time. You were always the strongest among us. Yet, it would seem that even you have been eroded. That's unimportant. Fate is ordained by heaven. Even if our mission had already concluded, it would be cowardly not to strike out on the road of departure. You may live forever, doomed to a lonely existence. Yet, even this is temporary. When you reach the end of time, those people, those past and future relationships predetermined by fate, they will be waiting for you.
I do not pretend to match your rhetoric when it comes to the subject of a life long lived. I fear that the life of an elemental being is longer than any in this world.
Were it not so, you would have killed me long ago, and would not be having to face me again now.
You've brought a smile to my face. When all is said and done, a reunion between old friends is an auspicious occasion.
Oh, hello, Kono. I'm doing well. I'm just finishing the second part of Zhongli's quest. I did the other one earlier. I'm doing the second part now. We're finishing it up. What is it? I had to mute my mic for a second. Had to go deal with something. There's a snowplow in front of my house, which is why I didn't respond for a bit. Had to, what is it? Go do something. And I had my mic muted because of a snowplow. Yeah, I just finished the Azdaha fight.
That day in the chasm. Did you hesitate?
A heart of stone is a heart nonetheless. But I am the god of contracts, and was for a time a god of the people of Liyue.
You know, one thing I've noticed, Kono, is whenever you talk in chat, there's an icon in front of your name indicating that you're not using audio. but you do respond to things I say. So you have to be using audio. So I wonder if that's just a side effect of maybe you being tabbed out or something. Because it's a relatively new feature. I hadn't noticed it before.
You chose justice, but did not forsake your kindness. You came to me not as an assassin, and so I was willingly sealed away.
So it isn't an actual like live indication whether or not you have audio on. It's just you set that. Okay, that makes sense then. Because I was wondering how the fuck it was detecting that.
The movements of the Earth Dragon can tremble the earth and shake the heavens. With your abilities, even at my full strength, I struggled to confront you, let alone seal you away.
Hence my inception. Do not forget that I was there with Liyue's founder. The face may have changed, but the content of the contract remains intact. Old friend. God of contracts. I hereby honor our agreement.
Thank you, Ashtaha.
My life is nigh on eternal. I will go on with the infinite flow of time. And you, Morax, you too will live for many a day to come.
You're leaving?
If it is fated, Morax, we will meet again.
Also, I like how like Buddy just has this magical aura around him. The miner asks about it, Buddy just goes, "Don't worry about it."
Yes. Don't be alarmed. He's only asleep.
Whoa. That was so weird. It was like he suddenly became another person.
Yeah, also, what is it? I found something pretty funny happen this stream. It was the funniest glitch I've ever encountered in this entire game. It was during the point where you were walking with Kunjun. My character turned around and started moonwalking. I have no idea how the fuck that happened, but it's the funniest glitch I've encountered.
In fact, we have yet to meet the real Kunjun. He was. Centuries may have passed since then, but events from 1,000 years ago remain crystal clear in my mind.
Oh boy.
In our last tale, Rex Lapis was walking alone in the mountains. He heard a remote voice, unlike any other, coming from a crack in the earth.
Most of the ancient geo life forms that live below Liyue are blind, having not seen the sunlight for an age.
The voice was sometimes sad and song-like. Other times it was loud and thunderous. The Lord of Geo searched here and there before finally unearthing a strange stone from the bedrock.
That's how Ashtaha was. I answered his wish and took him above ground.
The Lord of Geo took pity on the rock spirit and carved it into a magnificent work of craftsmanship, a vivid representation of a dragon.
I bestowed him with a pair of eyes to see the world and came to an agreement with him.
With his fingers, he made 2 eyes, quicker than words could tell. Lightning flashed and thunder roared, and a living, breathing dragon soared into the clouds.
I agreed to let him live among the people above ground. But if the day ever came when he brought ruin to order, he would once again be sealed in the dark.
The dragon accompanied the Lord of Geo, fighting campaigns alongside him in the 4 corners of the world. We have a saying to eulogize these events. The crash of a spear brought billowing dust. The mountains and waters made way at the sound. The sight of a dragon bestowed with a touch the promise of rainwater blessing the ground.
Oh yeah, they do. What is it? Venti has Dvalin. Shortly after, Uncle Dai volunteers to take the unconscious Kunjun back to the city on the miners. There seems to be more to say between those left behind.
1,000 years ago, Ejdaha attacked the chasm. I tried to obstruct him, fighting him tooth and nail down the length and breadth of the mine. Finally, I brought him down and sealed him underground.
Raiden has Miko, Nadia has Aranaros. I wouldn't say that, I'd say Nahida has Scaramouche. That's her pet.
During that battle, Dragonfall was born. Ejdaha could sense the stone. Subconsciously, he wanted to use it to find me. Despite being the victor, I could not claim to be stronger than he. And in his heart, he still retained an ounce of goodwill towards me. Towards Liyue. Towards life above ground. He was willing to be sealed away. But as the erosion set in, he forgot. Even I cannot avoid it. But there is something I understand better than most. When the door opens, it is time to leave. The greater the power, the greater the danger erosion may bring about. The millennia may come and go, but even a stone may tire. Personally sealing away an old friend. This is just one form of erosion I have endured. People abandon and surrender the things they love to pursue the right path. Perhaps this is the erosion imposed on me by the heavenly principles. That I was a god of mankind. My identity may change, but my eyes will bear witness to the history of humanity.
You still care a lot about Liyue.
Call it part of my duty. I must thank you both.
No worries.
I say, I think Zhongli is one of my favorite characters in the game. He would be higher, though, if he didn't not come home last time and I lost by 50-50. If he came home last time, he'd probably be my absolute favorite. But I still hold a grudge.
Oh? About what?
Oh yeah, Paimon nearly forgot. So, not long ago, we met a guy called Dane. He told us about Conria and the punishment of the gods. That's when we realized that those events were connected to the person we're searching for. Zhongli, you're a god. You've lived through thousands of years of history. Surely you experienced the incident?
Yeah, I've only won a single 50-50, which was for Al-Haytham. And it's a really good thing I did, because I had his 5-star weapon, and it would have been fucking horrible if I didn't get him. Given that his 5-star weapon is basically only useful on him. I suppose Kaching as well. But then again, it isn't really that useful on Kaching, because Kaching really doesn't care for elemental mastery, and you need it for Lo-Fi to be good.
I cannot say.
Why? You can't even give us a thread of information? This is so important to us.
Kaching is really good with EM right now. Oh right, yeah. Look, if you for Dendro builds, which I suppose is the only thing you run Kaching in, right? I don't think you'd like. Oh boy, want to break the meta, overload Kaching.
I understand, but I must apologize. This is my contract.
You mean another past grievance? Like the incident with Ejdaha? Too painful to talk about?
Yeah, well, regardless, I don't have Kaching anyway. It's actually her and Tainari are the 5-star characters I don't, not the 5-star standard characters I don't have. The I have Diluc, I have Jean, I have which Diluc is actually the one I lost the 50-50 for. I have No, the one I got for losing 50-50 for Zhongli. I got a gene from Standard, I believe. And I just got the first constellation of Chi-Chi. So my second Chi-Chi for losing the 50-50 on Yelan. Yeah, Chi-Chi is the first 5-star I have a constellation for.
It was signed before it all began. I have always honored the contract. And kept my silence.
How can you be like that?
Wait, what's that good? The fact that you don't have many standard 5 stars because you never lose 50-50s?
You two are friends to me.
Oh, is it good?
I'm sure it brings me no pleasure to disappoint you. But as the god of contracts, I cannot go back on my word.
I suppose it isn't bad per se, Chi-Chi C1. It gives you energy, which is really important for Chi-Chi, because she's really slow to gain energy regardless. It's one of the reasons why she isn't considered that good, actually. Because she's a 5-star support that needs to be batteried. Well, she wants to be batteried, she doesn't need to be batteried. Yeah, I made a joke. I said, what is it, that I'm a real Genshin player now, because you're not a real Genshin player until you've lost a 50-50 to Chi-Chi. I feel like Chi-Chi is the ultimate meme. Like, everyone loses 50-50s. When you lose a 50-50 to Chi-Chi, people hate it more. Personally, I don't dislike Chi-Chi. I think I'd use her unironically. For the memes. But she does have serious flaws, which is the reason she's not considered top tier.
Would you be ready to find out?
It appears your understanding of this world continues to grow. There are many events of ages past. Many secrets that lie hidden. They have been eroded by time. Forgotten by the people. Abandoned. But you are capable of finding them and bringing them into the light. Those who come to witness will witness. Those who are born to remember will remember.
Since you don't have any good cryo player. Yeah, that is fair. Chi-Chi does have a pyro application that follows her. But of course, the issue with that being that there's a lot of AoE cryo players that kind of render that not super useful.
If you take the same road as that person, there may be more difficulties ahead. But as long as you firmly believe that you are on the right path, everything has meaning.
And that's it. You only have 3 cryos, and all of them are 4 stars. That's one funny looking Yelan.
This tablet was erected by Mountain Shaper. It names Ashtaha as a terrible dragon, and serves as a warning for later generations to stay away from this place, from the seal. It's a shame. There is a fine line between good and evil. If the good and evil within him could be summarized in a single sentence...
dog?
Well, never mind.
My dog is going crazy. I muted the mic for a second. What is it? I'm not... Oh my god. Okay, I think I'll go see if she wants to go out. Maybe that's it. Hey, she did. So anyway, I'm not on high pity at all for Yellen, and I'm probably not gonna get her. Which is a shame, but, you know, shit happens. Amidst the quiet, only the sound of the wind can be heard. Time seems to transform into a invisible river trickling away. A fleeting moment, 1,000 years in the mortal world, the rocks feel it, and so does the earth and the gods. And this game is getting really fucking, what is it, philosophical for this. I like it, though. Yeah. About. 4 days. Hey. So I don't know what I'm gonna do, to be honest. That's one thing for me right now. Is I don't know what I'm gonna wish for. I've considered getting Sino, but I don't necessarily need him. I've considered getting... I'm trying to get Hu Tao on my Asia account. I can't imagine running multiple Genshin accounts, I'll be honest. Like, I want to play other games sometimes. It's, kind of a lot of grinding on the single account. Not a lot of grinding, but a lot of shit you've got to do. I can't say I understand the point of, running multiple accounts. I suppose if you want to replay the story... it'd be the main reason you'd do it. Wait, so you have an entire extra account solely so you can wish on it? Yeah. You wanted to see it. Here it is. When the Herald of Frost hits an opponent marked by a fortune-preserving talisman, Chi-Chi recovers 2 energy. So yeah, my only 5-star consolation.
Breathe. 3, 4, and
I say Chi-Chi is pretty fucking adorable. And also quite tragic, to be honest. What is it, she, like, her lore is fucking awful regards to how sad it is, though. Like, I think Chi-Chi probably has the saddest lore in the entire game. Bar none. I'm considering doing more. I'm not sure if I have time. Hey, let's see. Also, there's a lot of noise outside, which is bothering the fuck out of me. I've got hers already unlocked. I should probably do Raiden's, because Raiden also gives you a boss. Yeah. Like, that's probably the thing about Chi-Chi, though, is that, like, she's quite cute, but when you get down to everything about her, she's horrible. Like, horribly sad. I mean, not horrible as in a horrible person, but horribly sad. Because, like, the reason she constantly stretches is because if she doesn't, she'll lock up due to rigor mortis. And that's it. How she probably has the saddest story of how she got her vision. Yeah, I've got more cryos than you anyway, because I've got Chi-Chi, Rosaria, Diona, Kaya, Layla. See, I've got more. That's the one place I'm beating you. I've got more
Learning alone
cryos.
is not enough to cultivate intelligence. All those scholars in the academia are prime examples.
I've got to look for minor victories where I can. Hey. Fuck, noise is getting fucking annoying, but I guess I'll start something else. Not sure I'll finish it though. Yeah, we'll just start riding Shoguns now. But I don't think I'll finish it. I think every player has the same story quests. You mean the ones we've actually completed?
If the Tenryo Commission won't assist in dealing with the thunderstorm, the consequences could be catastrophic.
It's not that we're unwilling to do our part. We just don't have any spare hands right now. I hope you can understand.
Exactly. So let's keep the discussion going and see if we can find a solution.
Oh, you mean you waited to do yours for a long time too?
Hey, Toma! What's going on?
Hello you two. We were just talking about what an impact you've made in Inazuma.
Greetings. Thank you both again for delivering Miss Hiragi's letter that time.
Ah, so they're friends of yours. I'm Master Kamaji's servant. Call me Ippe.
Haven't done any of them. What is it? I've gonna go check on Dog again. That dog loves snow, which is a pain in the ass because it sticks to her fur like crazy. What is it? She looks like she's on a cocaine binge with all the white powder on her face.
Well, the Tri-Commission's work used to consist of gathering information for the Shogun and carrying out any duties she assigned. But recently, she announced that she wishes to spend some time in solitude and self-reflection. Since she is refusing to receive any visitors, there is no one to tell us what to do. We all understand if the Shogun needs some quiet time to gather her thoughts. The only problem is, in the meantime, the thunderstorm out at sea has been getting wilder. Yep, that's the one. And all the time it's been there, the storm has never changed in shape or size. But now, it seems to be drawing closer to Inazuma.
What? So her will's changed and she wants to destroy Inazuma now? Or is this her way of trying to get revenge on us?
Yeah, Raiden's just gonna destroy your entire country to get revenge on us for stopping her stupidity. Yeah, this might be a bit of a hot take. Like, I don't dislike Raiden. I think she's a good, cool character. I like pretty much every character in Genshin, to be honest. But out of all the Archons, she is by far the worst. Like, picking any Archon you've met so far you want to live under, she should be on the bottom of your list. She has the worst. She does everything the worst. Oh, you disagree with that? What part do you disagree with exactly? Because, like, comparing her to... Oh, I see what you mean. I was going to say, I thought you were saying she was better than Venti, Zhongli, or Nahida, but you actually just mean that that's not the real one. I suppose Makoto, we don't know much about her to say she was probably definitely better than Ball. But yeah, like the current Raiden Shogun, though, She is, like, the most oppressive by far. She did the most to screw her own nation over. Like, Venti helps you solve his nation's problem. Raiden causes her nation's problem. Zhongli just kind of watches on the sidelines while his nation has problems, and Nahida was the victim of her nation's problems. Yeah, I think was discussed though as canon that Makoto was the more diplomatic and nicer of the two.
Oh yeah, you're right. If she really wanted to get revenge on us, she could just strike us with lightning right here. Which would also be pretty scary.
I don't think you need to worry about that. The reason we're concerned is that we've never known the Almighty Shogun's will to falter before.
Considering Liyue's god left not too long ago, it's hard not to take it as a bad sign. A lot of people now believe that the thunderstorm is getting wilder because the Almighty Shogun is having health problems. The fact that she won't see anyone right now makes us concerned that things are only going to get worse.
Right.
Yeah.
So, before rumors start spreading, Miss Kamisato got me to come here and discuss countermeasures with the Tenryou Commission. We need to make sure we're prepared to deal with the chaos if and when it arrives.
Yeah. I suppose that is the case. The current Electro Archon just solves it. I mean, that was what she was meant for, right? Like, Makoto deals with the bargaining while she solves every problem with violence. But yeah, I'd say she's definitely the worst to live under. I take Venti over her. I take Zhongli over her. I take Nahida over her. I think the only one that might be. I suppose we've heard some bad things about the. What is it? Hydro Archon so far, or have we? I think Murata might be worse when we meet her. The Focalors is probably going to be tyrannical due to her craze with justice. Well, you said it yourself, Zhongli just kind of watches. I suppose it was implied that Zhongli would step in if he had to.
Unfortunately, the reality is that the Tenryou Commission is facing huge internal instability at the moment. The Kujo clan has lost control over the other clans.
Huh? Why is that?
The Kujo clan is still awaiting the Shogun's trial for colluding with the Fatui and nearly destroying the whole of Inazuma.
Now, I like how Raiden, does all this stupid shit that causes problems in her nation, then blames, shoves it all on the Kujo clan. Obviously the Kujo clan was complicit and deserves to be wrong. Deserves to take blame for it. But I don't think it's all their fault. I think she played a big role in it. But now that's the thing about Zhongli, though, is Zhongli deliberately chose to make a deal where he gives up the Gnosis in return for putting his country in danger. When you think about that, he does sound quite a bit worse than Raiden, doesn't it? I mean, Raiden at least thinks she's doing good. Yeah, I suppose so. You do have a point there. Because I think the deal... Well, actually, he didn't tell us what the exact terms of the agreement was it? Because he said part of the contract was that they don't talk about the contract. Like the first rule of Fight Club.
Everyone knows that a change of commissioner is inevitable. It's just a matter of time before the Almighty Shogun hands down her decree.
So we don't know exactly what he got in return for it, but yeah, he did give it to him.
To put it simply, no one will take orders from the Kujo clan anymore. But there's still work that has to be done.
If Mr. Takayuki was in better health, there might be a way through. But now?
My lack of ability is to blame. I failed to uncover the truth in time, and I failed to stop my father. And now, as acting head of the clan, I'm failing to quell the unrest.
Don't blame yourself, Master. You have to at least keep your chin up until your older brother returns. The Kujo clan can't cope with any more instability in its current state.
Yes, you're right. Masahito has enough on his plate at the moment. Mustn't cause any more issues for him.
Yeah, I think the thing about Zhongli, like in his current state, is that he has full confidence in the people he's leaving his nation in the hands of. Like he thinks they can handle everything, so he isn't super worried about the fate of Liyue. He just kind of wants to chill now.
Okay, Toma, let's revisit this discussion in a few days. Right now, I need to go visit Takatsukasa Susumu, head of the Takatsukasa clan. He's the only one capable of taking charge of the situation now.
I suppose. Well, okay, no problem. A speedy resolution to the Tenryo Commission's internal issues is in our best interest as well.
I'll come with you, Master.
No need. I'll handle this by myself.
Oh, okay. Take care then. Come back soon.
If you think about it, both the thunderstorm situation and the issue with the Tenryo Commission have been caused by the Shogun's decision to take some time off, right?
Huh. Well, I mean, what is it? Well, yeah, Archons are really strong, but we don't really know how strong exactly. Because hasn't it been implied they've gotten weaker over time? Like, we know, Raiden cut the island. Like, Zhongli was able to beat a whole fuckload of gods during the Archon War and made a whole... Like, half of Liyue's geographic formations were caused by him trying to fight something. Then you got Venti, who created the Golden Apple Archipelago because he tossed mountains into the ocean. So overall, yeah, I'd say the Archons are all quite high tier. Definitely probably the strongest outside of Celestia. But then again, I think it was implied the top 3 Fatui Harbingers are really fucking strong as well.
If things carry on like this, people will start to panic.
Huh? You can actually do that?
Don't know for sure, but we may as well try. Whether she takes us up on the offer or not will depend on what mood she's in.
Sounds like you guys know what to do. Shall I leave it up to you then? You know, everyone's worrying about the Shogun's condition, but if people got to see her in person, it would put their fears to rest. Thank you very much. I owe you one, again.
The way Paimon sees it, there's only one person who might have the chance to see the Shogun while she's isolating, right?
Are we gonna go to see Yaimiko?
Let's take a trip to the Grand Narukami Shrine.
There it is. Yeah, as I was saying. Yeah, all the Archons are really fucking strong. So Venti, like, said himself he was the weakest. And we don't know if he has any reason to lie about that. What are you doing? Huh. Let's check this first. Quite a ways off. Yeah, look, I'm looking forward to Fontaine. Like I said, like, he was casually able to throw mountains into the ocean, like just up in mountains with nothing but wind. He was able to throw mountains, like up in mountains, and throw them into the ocean. And yeah, true, you are right. His Gnosis is also the strongest chess piece. I mean, besides the king.
I wasn't expecting to receive VIP shrine visitors during downtime. So I suppose you're here just to visit me?
I'm excited for the Pyro Archon. I gotta say, I think if any Archon is gonna beat the Raiden with like general oppressiveness, it's probably gonna be Pyro. Pyro, I imagine, being like this hyper-militaristic society. Or at least like a cratocratic one, like value strength above all. We don't know that much about it yet though, do we? Looking forward to Fontaine anyway. Give me a reason to use Mona. With all the water that's going to be there. In Scaramouche.
What a smooth talker. Though your eyes do not lie as convincingly as your tongue. You came because you need my help, didn't you?
Yeah, so Venti is freedom, Zhongli is contracts, Raiden is eternity, Nahida is knowledge, Focalure is justice, Murata is war, and Saritsa is love, I believe. I'm pretty sure that's all of them, right?
Still, your answer has put me in a good mood. So tell me, what is the matter?
What if Fontaine is secretly the Economia expansion we were all looking forward to?
We heard the Shogun decided to take a break, and since then the thunderstorm around Inazuma has gotten wilder. Rumor has it that the thunderstorm is affected by the Shogun's will, so people are worrying that something might be wrong with her.
All right. There's little purpose in keeping anything hidden from you anyway.
Yeah, I know. That's what it would be shit. That's why I said it.
Since the battle, the Shogun has been greatly troubled and her temperament has changed drastically.
What?
Her power was already on the decline. Then you dealt her that fateful strike.
I like how she's like cradling her head as though it's a minor inconvenience. Like, oh, you know, when you seriously harm a god and they are not the same after.
The defeat was a heavy blow to her. It also didn't help that I forgot to bring her some tricolor dango and light novels when I went to see her.
Oh boy.
Oh, the poor thing. Without desserts and books to console herself with, she was so angry she quite simply lost it. Crying and ranting and raving. Oh, I could hardly bear to see her that way.
You know, it's hard to believe that there's an Archon more childish than Venti, but here we are.
You expect us to believe that a god would throw a temper tantrum over something like that?
Yeah, no, I believe it. I totally believe it.
Before you get too indignant, consider the fact that your concerns sound every bit as nonsensical to me as that blatant lie did to you.
Oh no, I totally believe it. I'm convinced. That is literally Fanon.
Faye seeks eternity. To her, mortal lives come and go in the blink of an eye. Of what consequence to her are mortal concerns for her well-being?
You're saying she's fine, right?
No, I totally believe that. I believe that she's lying about lying. She's totally that childish. It's what the Fanon says. Every single... Oh boy, like fan work about it. Yeah. Well, no, she doesn't go out because Yai brings everything to her.
I don't know the details.
Oh, boy.
She said she wanted to rest, and I have nothing pressing that requires her attention, so there is no reason to disturb her. I have heard about the thunderstorm, though. As to the cause, it is not inconceivable that, as you suggest, her will has wavered somewhat.
Yeah. Quick question, though. Like, of all the Archons we've met so far, which one do you think is the strongest? Like, between Venti, Zhongli, Raiden, and Nahida? I'd say it's definitely between Zhongli or Raiden. Regardless of just how much damage they could do.
I am the only one in all of Inazuma who can visit her while she is resting. But tell me, why should this concern me? Why should I do this for you, when I already have everything one could ever want, and have seen everything one could ever wish to see? I like that answer. Here is the pass permit. Show it to the Okuzumeshu at the gate, and he will let you in.
Thanks, Miko!
My question was in jest, but since you answered it in earnest, please stay true to your word. Oh, and don't forget to return the pass permit to me after you have finished with it.
Yeah, I don't care what the Yamiko says. Raiden kicking up a temper tantrum because she doesn't receive her light novels and dango. is canon to me now. She can't walk that back.
The almighty Shogun has requested solitude. No visitors allowed.
Yeah. Yeah, right. They say Raiden is stronger, but it's kind of hard because Zhongli is older, so he has more experience. Yeah, probably. I think it also depends on some things. Because let's see, what's I think Zhongli's biggest feat we know of is that he what is it, made the Guyun Stone Forest by throwing stone spears to pin Osile. And Raiden's biggest feat is definitely her cutting that island in half. So yeah. Yeah, I guess Raiden probably would be. It...
Oh, we've got a pass permit from Miko.
Don't be ridiculous. Lady Guji never gives her pass permit to another person. Not even esteemed travelers like yourselves. Guji Yai is only authorized to hold that pass permit because of the trust that the almighty Shogun places in her, and her alone. Wait, this is... authentic! Understood. Then as the Shogun has ordered, I must not stand in your way. Apologies. Please proceed. Since the Shogun is resting at this time, please be especially respectful, and make sure your behavior is impeccable.
Opinion on the 8th element? Was she just pacing? Opinion on the 8th element. You mean like how some people are saying they might add Void or something with Dane's Leaf? Or Abyss? Magic?
Look how she's pacing back and forth. Don't you
Huh.
think she looks a little anxious?
Hey, she has no electro traces. This is a fake. No electro. Yeah, I think there might be. Seems like there could be.
How did you get in? Trespassers are to be eliminated at once.
Wait, no, it's us! Why are you treating us like we're your enemies? We made amends, didn't we? Also, we got in by totally legitimate means!
Denied. Use of force has been forbidden. Anyway, be gone. Do not disturb my solitude. That is of no concern. This is my recuperation state.
What do you make of this? She's acting strange, huh?
This body has no need of rest. But I am an assistant to the one within. If she wishes to rest, I must follow her will.
Paimon gets it. So this is all A's doing.
And yeah, I do find it believable that they might add another element for like Dean's Leaf and whatnot. Yeah, it'd be pretty interesting to see some sort of Abyss element, I suppose. Because we know such magic exists, because Abyss mages use it. And there have been several characters using non-elemental magic, so we know other shit exists. Pretty cool to have non-elemental characters, or like really unique characters like that as well.
But why? Surely you going about your business doesn't interfere with the plane of Euthymia.
Yeah, the Traveler does have a crazy thing going on. I mean, even Raiden mentioned that she's an exception to the rule of this world. Because when you think about it, even like most magical creatures that use magic still have visions. Like besides, I guess, Azdaha and whatnot, who is an elemental. But like Zhao, despite being Adepti, he still has an Animo vision. Ganyu, despite being an Adepti, still uses a Cryo vision. Seems like the only humanoid magical characters that don't still use visions regardless are the Archons, who are supposed to use Gnosis. Until they lose them, obviously, because of course they do, because Plaka means we can't fucking win.
She's got plenty of space in there. Seems like it would be the perfect place for rest and relaxation.
Yeah, Shinha is immortal. Yep, yeah. Wait, which one? I don't know which one you mean there. I get Shinha, I don't know which one that was. But yeah, Shinha is a normal person who was trained by Adepti. But she's, yeah, still uses, vision.
I do as she wishes. I can say no more than this.
Yeah, the only, humanoid characters we see using magic without a vision are Archons. Oh, he. Oh, I see now. I thought it was... Yeah, I suppose N is a bit far away from the dash key. Or the... Fuck, what is it? Or the slash key. Yeah, Raiden declared us an enemy of eternity for that. Why not put their minds at rest?
I cannot. In my current state, even if I went out, I could do nothing. I am currently unwilling to deal with any business. I am also incapable of it.
What do you mean by that?
It has been forbidden. Please refrain from making me talk any further.
What should we do? It feels like this conversation is going nowhere.
Have you malfunctioned? Yeah, the Yakshas. I mean, the Yakshas, Zhao is one of them, and he uses an animo vision, right? Wouldn't the others have used visions too?
Oh, it's you two. It's been a while. The Shogun can't do much at the moment. Come straight in and see me.
Huh. This looks like it was shared with Havria. It looks like everything's covered in salt. This is secretly Havria's domain. Raiden is just a squatter.
That was terrifying! Would it be so hard to give us a little warning first?
It's not your first time. I don't see what there is to be so alarmed about.
So, is the Shogun broken? Are you gonna get it fixed, or...?
Don't worry. The Shogun's not broken. I've just temporarily disabled many of her functions. Currently, the Shogun is unable to handle any business and cannot appear as me. So the easiest solution was to announce that I am resting.
So that's why she was upset to see us, because she's not supposed to appear as her. Despite the fact that, yeah. The Shogun doesn't have real emotions. She's just a puppet. And she just follows A's orders. So that's why she was so upset that we were there.
As I said, I need to think about Inazuma's eternity. And thinking takes time. But the Shogun is still running based on her old rules. I can't allow her to make any mistakes while I am working things out.
Have you tried turning it off and on again?
No. She was not created to ever be turned off. Furthermore, I had even predicted at the time that I may wish to modify the Shogun's operational rules at some point in the future. However, such changes would not be conducive to eternity. That's why the Shogun has a robust system to safeguard against modification. It's also to protect against unforeseen circumstances. For now, while I figure out the form that eternity should take, it's more effective for me to temporarily disable some of the puppet's functions, rather than attempt to modify her rules.
Yeah, one thing I've noticed, where we were on the subject of Archons earlier, one thing I've noticed is that Mondstadt gets all the shit for their Archon not being with them. Meanwhile, their Archon is with them and actively helps them. Whereas in Liyue, Morax just sits back and watches. Raiden causes most of Inazuma's problems, and Nahida was locked up. Despite the fact that Mondstadt had reputation as the godless land, Mondstadt has by far the most active Archon in helping them.
Oh, Paimon gets it now! The thunderstorm's getting out of control because some of the Shogun's functions have been disabled.
The thunderstorm is getting out of control? This is the first I've heard of it.
Huh? Okay, well, let us bring you up to speed.
Yeah,
I see. So the thunderstorm is drawing closer.
You can fix it, right?
It's just a minor error. This kind of thing was bound to happen. A small modification to the Shogun should fix it. Don't look at me like that. I've never had to tinker with the Shogun before, and she's very complicated. It's practically inevitable for something to go wrong when you start tweaking things.
Yeah. They don't suspect Aventi is the god, that is true. I give you that. Yeah, it's like the godless land, but they have probably the most helpful god. I mean, he is a drunk addict, he's just also their god. He can be both.
Yes, that's it. I'm not making excuses. It's the truth.
It's fine. Just as long as you can fix it is all.
Not much. As before, I can see the way forward, yet there are still contradictions. But there is no urgency. To reach an ill-conceived verdict in haste, just for the sake of having reached one, would be a confusion of priorities.
Yeah. Yeah, Venti is both. He's a drunk alcoholic and he's also their god. You know, I wonder how confusing that was for Diluc. Like, imagine when Diluc starts putting all the pieces together. He realizes that the drunkard that's been trying to steal alcohol from his cellars is also literally the god he worships. That must have been a day for Diluc.
If everyone sees that the Shogun is in good health, it'll put all the speculation and rumors out there to rest. And who knows? A change of scenery might put you in a different mood and give you some fresh inspiration.
You mean leave the plane of euthymia? Yes, you're right. After all, the Shogun is currently unable to take care of business on my behalf. All right then. I'll come out for a while. Oh, since the theme of the day is a change of pace, you can just call me A. I'm not a great fan of rigid titles.
What? But you're just A's consciousness, aren't you? Can consciousness actually leave this place?
I have my ways. I would never subject myself to imprisonment voluntarily.
Oh, great! Then there's nothing to worry about. Allow us to be your tour guides.
Tour guides? What's a tour guide?
Oh boy, this is... Yeah, I see where this is going now. She doesn't know shit because she's literally been in here for God knows how long. You were right.
Around the Inazuma of today and give you tips on where to eat and how to have fun. All right, let's go.
Yeah, your statement that she's a shut-in has been pathetic, because that's exactly where this is going, isn't it? We're going to need to explain to her basically everything. Yeah. If you had no idea who the characters was and their lures, and of all the characters, who is like you would say is the god? Okay, with this hypothetical, what do I know about them? Like, do I just have their appearance and their personality? Appearance and personality wise, I'd probably first assume Zhongli. I said he's considered really like knowledgeable, like supernaturally knowledgeable. And he's really proper and whatnot. Ooh, fuck. I guess we're not doing that now. I mean, all the characters? I don't know, maybe, Huh. Yeah, that is a hard question. I don't think I'd mistaken most of them. Reminiscence of Sarai, here it is. You would say Vente? Yeah, I think it'd be more X for me. Or Zhongli. Venti is, how do I put it, he's definitely up there. Well, I mean, for one thing, Venti, they kind of made it quite obvious, because there's literally a giant statue of Venti in the middle of Mondstadt that looms over the entire city. Plus, you could really tell from the way he talks and his personality that he knows more than he lets on. Raiden, of course, would be quite hard to mistake. Nahida, I don't think I'd assume she was a god, if I just knew her appearance and personality. Is there anyone I might mistaken for a god? Ooh. I definitely would mistaken Shinha for an Adepti. You know, can't really say. Yeah, so does... I was gonna say so does Paimon, but then I think Paimon is a god as well. Yeah, so Paimon also looks like a fairy, but... Yeah, her appearance is probably a bigger hint to her nature than her personality. I'm not sure any of the mortal characters you could mistaken for a god. Maybe Ganyu, because... But then again, Ganyu's entire personality at this point is just overlooked and cute. Or overworked and cute, I mean. Nilu or Sino? Oh yeah, Sino is definitely a good one, yeah, because he has the Egyptian aesthetic going on. I'm not sure about Nilu, though. She's kind of a dancer. Or Candace with her outfit. Yeah, I suppose you could maybe see Candace like as a lesser god that protects an area. With her, like, just steadfast determination to protect our village. Yeah, there we are. We're back on this shit. Is everyone just looking at her? I guess that makes sense. She is literally their god.
Is this the marketplace? It's a far cry from how I remember it. The stores have changed, and so have the vendors. Well, that's to be expected.
Is there any canon... Is there any canon, what is it, like, length of time she was locked up for? Or locked herself up for? Because I don't know if we have an exact number. Like, was it hundreds of years? I don't remember if it was ever stated.
It's the Shogun. What is the almighty Shogun doing here?
Isn't the Shogun sick? This is quite sudden.
I appear to have frightened the people.
Well, what did you expect? The almighty Shogun makes an impromptu appearance in town? People are gonna freak out a bit.
See? This is another example of why the other gods are better to their people. No one is afraid of Venti, unless they have alcohol they're trying to hide. But other than that, no one is afraid of Venti.
Patrolling the streets is the Tenryou Commission's job. The Shogun has a lot of information to process and orders to give out. She doesn't have time to deal with it herself.
I like how even she refers to the Shogun as a separate person, like as the puppet, even though she is supposed to be. Like, she's not supposed to be, her sister is supposed to be, but you know, we're here now. No point in dwelling on the past.
Additionally, the Shogun has no need of recreation. There would be no need for her to come here just to pass the time or to relax.
So, what do we do now? Should we go away for a while and make a more low-profile return later?
Why? It's not like I'm here to cause trouble. Let's just relax.
It was more the ordinary people that Paimon was worried about. Never mind. This definitely seems like your style, eh?
People still use Mora in commercial transactions, I assume.
Yep, same as ever. Just as shiny and just as hypnotic. Wait a second. Hey, are you saying you don't have any Mora either?
Of course I don't. There is no need for commerce in the plane of Euthymia. If I ever need something, I can simply have one of the commissions bring it to me.
Zhongli too.
Wait, what do you mean, either? Anyway, people seem to be behaving in a very orderly fashion. I don't see the liveliness you spoke of anywhere.
What you doing?
People aren't exactly gonna let their hair down in front of the almighty Shogun.
What is this doll selling? I don't believe I've ever seen this before.
Imagine being this guy. Like, she just slowly approaches. Your literal god just slowly approaches.
Shogun, excuse me.
It's all right. Relax. I'm just here to look around. I'm having a change of pace today. Could you tell me about the items you're selling?
Of course. I've got all kinds of snacks here. Takoyaki, dango, and milk, and so on.
Every Archon have their hair light up when they use ult. You know, I've noticed that with Venti, actually. He's the only Archon I have right now. I said I was trying to get Zhongli, and I was trying to get Raiden, didn't get either of them. With Zhongli, I got the Luke instead on a last 50-50. My first ever 5-star was the Luke on a last 50-50. Because Zhongli was the banner when I first started playing.
Huh? Milk? Sounds kind of like the odd one out.
It might sound odd, but it is in fact my specialty. You see, many of the stores in town are already very well established. I couldn't compete with them no matter what I sell.
So like with Raiden, it'd be this part right here, the one that is different color and at the tip, right? And Zhongli, it'd be, I guess, his highlights.
So my idea was to create some new combinations to give customers a novel experience.
Only he does leaf thing, like her hair ornament. Huh.
For example, my latest concoction is this dango milk. When the dango are worked into a viscous form, they mix very nicely with the milk. The focus is not just the taste, but also the unique texture.
Oh, dango with milk. I've never heard of it. What made you want to do this?
I'm sorry, Shogun. I've got no bone to pick with eternity.
Hey, see, no one's afraid of Vente. No one's afraid of Zhongli. No one's afraid of Nahida.
I said relax. There's no need to go treading on eggshells. Do you really think the eternity I pursue is something that can be shaken by dango and milk?
Why do I feel like she's different than I expected?
Because she gave you reason to fear her, maybe? Once again, I don't dislike Raiden, but as far as the other Archons go, she's definitely the worst one to live under.
Actually, it came to me by chance. A friend was catering once and made too many dango, so they gave some to me.
So I suppose that's a bit outdated of a statement, because presumably she does get better, like after this quest canonically. She starts being nicer to her people and more open with them, but like I said at first, you know, it was the only place that was locked down. And yeah, differences. She is the different sister.
But there were more than I had use for. My milk wasn't selling well at that time either. Both dango and milk have a short shelf life. So I thought I'd try mixing the two as I had nothing to lose. To my surprise, in the right proportion, it tasted superb.
A chance combination. Interesting. May I try this drink?
The almighty Shogun wants to try? Well, certainly. And you two should try it too.
Yeah, she's the one that solves problems with violence.
It's sweet. The sensation is not so different from eating a dessert. A unique beverage indeed.
Yeah, it's definitely a drink, but it also feels like eating food.
It's a little bit like porridge? But the resemblance is only superficial. Anyway, I like it.
I'm very glad you approve.
I imagine that an item as delicious as this Dango milk must sell exceptionally well, no?
She really doesn't know shit. Yeah, she's learning as she goes, apparently. She just spent, like, God knows how many hundreds of years, apparently, just sitting in the world meditating, while her shogun terrorized her people. While her puppet, I guess.
Well, I won't lie to you. Sales are very average.
Huh? So it's selling slowly? Why is that?
She's gonna make it mandatory that everyone buy Dango milk.
Because most people aren't willing to give it a try. They think it's an unusual combination. Even though everyone who's tried it before rates it highly.
Yeah, she's.
I'm not saying the almighty Shogun has unusual taste. Please, don't take it the wrong way.
Ah, I see. Well, that can be fixed. I'll just have the Yashiro Commission order a few hundred cups and go door-to-door delivering them.
Mandatory. They did make it mandatory, woohoo.
No, almighty Shogun. That's too much.
Is it? I just want them to try it. It would be a shame for them to miss out on Dango milk.
Did that car engine just show up on the stream? Suppose I am set up pretty close to the road. You want another cup? So you like sweet things?
Of course. I've heard that most humans like desserts, so it's not unusual that I should enjoy them too. Miko agrees with me on this.
What is it? I've listened to like some funny voice line compilations for this game, and every single time I think of her, the one that always pops into my mind is where she what is it? She says sugar is no issue because you could just replace your teeth. I'll never forget that one.
There's nothing like dessert for improving one's mood. Much more enjoyable than meditating alone all the time. By the way, Miko mentioned that she founded something called the Yai Publishing House to sell some sort of light novels.
No, you see, it was the thing Miko told us was supposed to be a lie at first, but it's not going to become the truth after this. I was right. I was prophetic.
She's always bragging to me about it, but it's difficult for me to really imagine without seeing the place for myself. Can you take me there?
Sure! Let's go and have a look!
Oh wait, let's... I know, it's just down there.
Flicker.
Shogun! Almighty Shogun! What brings you to the Yai Publishing House? Do you have instructions for us?
No, not at all. Don't be so nervous. I'm just here to look around.
I like how everyone she meets shits themselves.
Apologies. I still don't quite understand. Are you here to look into the management? Or publishing regulations? Or fire safety measures?
She just wants to browse your books.
The almighty Shogun wishes to read light novels?
Yes. Any recommendations?
The Yai Publishing House's novels are mostly targeted at the general public, and the content is all kinds of strange. I'm not sure we have anything quite to the almighty Shogun's taste.
I'm just here to try something new. There's no fun in reading the same kind of thing over and over again. Relax. It's just words on a page, isn't it? What could I misunderstand, really?
In principle, you're absolutely right. It's just...
It'll be fine. If there's anything the Shogun doesn't understand, we'll explain it to her.
Well, okay then. Please proceed to the bookshelf over there. It has all the latest bestsellers.
It isn't, yeah. It's just a word on a page. One thing I find interesting about real light novels is how long their titles get. Like it's the only series, like medium, where normal works are titled with basically an entire plot summary of what happens in it.
There are some winning entries from the "This Novel is Amazing" competition. I've just finished compiling them into a saleable form. Don't take them too seriously. It's all just a bit of fun.
Okay, let's go then. Huh. How can this be? Did I underestimate the caliber of this material?
As I gotta say though, in an in-universe thing, it is kind of sad though how bad Raiden leaving everything up to the puppet traumatized her entire society. That every single time she shows up somewhere, everyone's so afraid they're gonna shit themselves.
I know every individual word in these books' titles, so why is it that they make no sense to me in these particular combinations?
Oh yeah, they're making fun of the light novel titles as well, yeah.
Take this one, for example. The good thing about being reincarnated as a hilichurl is that I only need to eat sunsetias to become stronger.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
It's so long. Is it true that hilichurls grow stronger from eating sunsetias? Well, surely it should be some sort of meat, at least.
Yeah, I knew that was where they were taking it. I'm so glad.
It's just a narrative device.
Narrative device. So it's made up? What's the point of that? Without being grounded in reality, how can the story be believable? Also, I'm fairly certain that hilichurls can't write stories. So, does this author claim to be documenting hilichurl life from an outside perspective, perhaps?
Paimon's starting to understand Kuroda's reservations right about now.
Too modern, I guess.
How about we choose for you? We can pick out some novels that are easier to understand and give you the scoop.
All right, then. I believe myself to be relatively well-read, but with stories like these, I don't even know where to start. I have high hopes, though. This seems like Miko's style, so I'm sure the stories are very entertaining.
All right, leave it to us. We'll be back in a jiffy. This could be a pretty tough job. Let's see what we're up against.
Reincarnation adventure, daily life romance, I'll leave with martial arts. Fuck. Hey, let's go with you. The chaotic epic that is a tale of my youthful love life. This book is the love story between a very mediocre man and 7 beautiful women. It is a chronological account of the daily life featuring many amusing anecdotes. The writing is solid, the prose is elegant, and the author brilliantly brings out the unique charm of each character in the story. But the story stops at a crucial moment when the main character's childhood sweet urges but to confess her love to him.
The suspense is killing Paimon! Paimon only skimmed through, but Paimon can tell this girl has loved the main character with all her heart since childhood. Right! Yeah, it's just a novel. But please let the author have a heart, please! The plot is really gripping. But would A really understand this kind of mortal romance?
Hey, life made me a fighter when I wanted to be a writer. Look, as a martial arts story set in the way, focusing on fighting between different gangs. Saying inspires only to become a humble novelist, but gets caught up in the world of gang strife because of unparalleled martial arts ability. The selling point of the story is that the protagonist never joins any faction, but is constantly assumed to be the reclusive master of one faction or another. Martial arts pros who see the protagonist as their enemy are always making a scene. Protagonist is stuck in the middle of all this, all the while clinging tight to the dream of becoming a novelist.
What a strange person. Why would someone want to be a novelist that badly? become the top martial arts pro in the world. You do have a point. And a character so determined to follow their ambition is likely to appeal to A, right?
So determined to follow their ambition? But, I mean, I don't know how that would appeal to A. A is all about eternity. Remember how she mentioned, like, when we were talking about visions during that quest with her, where we fought her, that she sees, like, ambition as an obstacle to eternity? To eternity? I keep mispronouncing things. And while she has changed since then, I don't think it's so much that she'd love a story about ambition. Shogun Almighty reborn as Raiden with unlimited power. The protagonist struck by lightning beneath the thunder. Sakura makes up discover that he has become the Raiden Shogun. Prior to this event, the protagonist is nobody who gets bullied by everyone. After becoming the Raiden Shogun, he acquires unlimited power. Really, this one probably allows an euphoria of going from powerless to omnipotent, and in the protagonist's inner journey to finally breaking free from their low self-esteem. She would like this one. It's hard to see how the story would develop after the protagonist literally becomes the Raiden Shogun. I mean, yeah, I suppose. You're the most powerful person in the country. And as we were discussing earlier, probably the most powerful of the Archon in straight combat. So kind of hard to experience much from there.
With a premise like this, it's no wonder Kuroda was nervous about letting A look around. Paimon thinks it might be best not to bring this one up with A. We might get the author in trouble.
I think it's quite original. Yeah, let's do it.
Well, if someone turned into Paimon and did a bunch of stuff this Paimon would never do, Paimon would feel really uncomfortable.
Oh, look, at turn 8.
That's all of them. Let's try to explain them to A.
The looks on your faces tell me you found some good stories.
Okay, so we'll go with the Shogun story. Let's do it.
Hey, Paimon thought we agreed not to bring that one up.
That's exactly why I did it.
It's okay. I find it quite interesting. I didn't realize that this was how ordinary people viewed the Shogun. She would never use the Muso no Hitotachi as frivolously as she does in the pages of this book. Nor would she ever use it as a means of venting emotions. In reality, the reason for drawing her blade determines the martial form to use and the degree of power with which to imbue it.
I find it really weird how A is disconnected from it. Like, she keeps referring to the Shogun as the puppet, but everyone thinks she's the Shogun, and she is acknowledged as the Shogun. Well, I mean, her sister, obviously, but no one knows there was ever a sister. As far as everyone's concerned, A is the only Raiden Shogun to ever exist, and there was never another, but she keeps referring to the puppet as the Raiden Shogun. I wonder if, like, she'll ever slip up in talking and reveal it accidentally at this point, right?
Since there is such a great deal of difference between the story and the reality, I don't feel offended at all. On the contrary, I find the author's powers of imagination quite admirable. That said, I hear that Yae Publishing House's novels are all reviewed by Miko herself, which means that the content of this book must have been approved by her. In fact, no. It may even have been her idea in the first place.
So what do you think of Yae Publishing House's light novels, eh? Do you like the stories we picked?
What I take from these stories is not so much the content itself, but what they represent in terms of the effects of time upon Inazuma.
Yeah, there's a snowplow outside. Do you hear it?
Back when I decided to isolate myself in the plain of Euthymia, there was no Yae Publishing House, and certainly no stories of this kind.
Well, I think when I get out of this, I might get off and do it in a day where the road's not being plowed.
In accordance with my wishes, the Shogun did her best to create an eternal nation. A nation that, in theory, should remain entirely unchanged over time. But the fact is that both the food and the stories have changed with time.
Well, yeah, that's the nature of all things. Nothing stays the same. If anything, trying to make it stay the same just makes it change faster.
I disagree with your point of view. That's what I would say if we were still in the plane of euthymia.
Yeah, A is, how do I put it? As I said, I like her as a character, but she is becoming a better Archon. I've always liked her as a character. Always thought she was the worst Archon, but she does become better, it seems.
But the truth is right here in front of my eyes, and I can't deny it.
And that's exactly why we brought you out, to take a look around and get some fresh ideas. Sure, it's not the same as you remember, but one way or another, people are loving life in the present. That's gotta be a good thing, right?
Yes, you're right. I'm wary of any and all change. But I do not wish for my pursuit of eternity to stop human lives from changing for the better. Thank you for inviting me out. This trip has been quite eye-opening for me. This may be an everyday occurrence for you, but for me, this trip has been quite an occasion. I've seen a lot, and it's made me think a lot. I really can't praise it highly enough. I hope I will remember it for a long time to come.
Ooh, great idea! A's had a wonderful time, and a photo is the best way to remember it.
Take a photo? Once again, I'm faced with a combination of words that makes absolutely no sense to me.
It's okay. Come with us. We'll find a scenic spot and show you what we mean.
Yeah.
So, what are we supposed to be doing?
We're taking a photo of you. Just leave the hard work to us. All you need to do is stand over there and strike a pose.
Oh, I never noticed she had that on the back of her neck.
Basically, a photo makes a visual record of you at this very moment in time, so it makes a great souvenir.
Okay, so what exactly is striking a pose? Ah, I see. So in other words, I need to do some sort of visually agreeable action in front of you, right? The more I think about it, the more embarrassing it seems. How should I pose? Help me out here. It should look good, but not too over the top. This isn't coming naturally to me at all. Casual. How about this? This feels quite natural. All right. Well, I'll leave. This doesn't feel very me. Is this okay? All right. Well, I'll leave the decision to you. Okay. I'll try that.
Yeah, what is it?
All right. Well,
We'll go with casual.
How about this? This feels quite natural. Okay, let's get started.
Let's pick a good angle to record this moment from.
Hey.
It's a wrap! Take a look! Here's the photo we took of you.
Wow. This is astonishing. Is it some kind of magic? It seems to be another copy of me.
You know, you wouldn't think someone who's made a literal puppet of themselves, that's another copy of themselves, would be so enthused by a photo because it's another copy of them.
But she doesn't seem to be able to move or talk. I thought it would turn out poorly because I felt rather rigid, but it actually looks more natural than I imagined. The pose is exactly the same, And so is the scenery in the background. I can't imagine how it's achieved.
That's what makes it so special.
Hang on. I'm still struggling to understand this. I need you to explain it again. So, the one in this photo, are you sure it isn't me?
Also, Kono, if you're there, I'm also behind on a lot of world quests. One thing I'm curious about, have you done the Aranara one yet? Because I haven't. I heard it's 10 hours long or some shit like that.
If it's not me, then why does she look exactly like me? And if she is me, then who am I?
Okay, so you started it, but haven't finished it. You just unlocked the tree and stopped. I haven't even gotten that far.
Okay, that's way above Paimon's head. Over to you, Traveler.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta... And she's getting really philosophical, is it? If this isn't me, who am I?
Hey, that's right! Do you think the Shogun counts as you?
Of course I do. It was never my intention to place control of Inazuma into anybody else's hands.
So then, who does that make you here in...
Well, I'm still me. There is no doubt about that.
I accidentally skipped it, but not much.
My existence? I think I understand. I am me. There is only one of me. But I can exist in many different forms. It's not important what form I exist in. The Shogun, for example, is one of my forms of existence. The question of whether or not she is me is not determined by any of her components.
In that case, this picture is one of your forms of existence too.
So even I, who seeks eternity, am constantly changing my form of existence.
Yeah, I've heard it's really long.
How can I ask Inazuma and everyone who lives here to remain unchanging?
Yeah, it is, from what I've heard, the longest. I said some people have said 10 hours, and that's like not even rushing. That's not even like taking your time with it.
Everything I have encountered on this journey with you has been from beyond my existing sphere of knowledge. You've seen a lot of my ignorant side today. Maybe you can't tell, but all this has challenged my understanding of things.
At first I was thinking about maybe doing it as a special stream where I try to get through all of it at once. But I don't think I'll have 10 hours straight where I can stream very often.
Based on what I have seen today, I am forced to accept that Inazuma is a completely different place from the one I remember. But it would be incorrect to conclude from this that the Inazuma of today is no longer Inazuma. Both the Vision Hunt Decree and the statue of the omnipresent god were conceived as a means of bringing about eternity. But if I were really getting closer to eternity, none of this ever would have happened. Perhaps I've been holding on to everything too tightly.
Sounds to Paimon like Ace figured things out. And that means that we've done a really great job as her guides.
Master Kamaji! Master Kamaji!
Why is it getting so noisy down there? Oh, that sounded like Ippei. What could be the matter?
Ippei? Is that someone from the Tenryou Commission?
Yep, let's find out what's going on.
Well, now Raiden's gonna scare the shit out of someone else.
Hey, Ippei, what's the matter?
Ah, it's you.
Craps himself.
Huh? The almighty Shogun. You must be looking for my master, Kujo Kamaji? I am very sorry, he's not here at the moment. But if it pleases you, I will gladly deliver a message on your behalf.
It's okay. I'm not here to see him. We just heard you calling out, so we came to see what was going on.
Yes. Master Kamaji still hasn't returned from the negotiations, and I'm starting to get worried. In fairness, he does have a habit of taking long walks and coming back late. It's perfectly possible that he just found somewhere he likes and lost track of time. But for some reason, today, I'm particularly nervous.
Kujo Kamaji. A descendant of the Kujo clan, I presume.
That's right. Apologies, since the head of the clan is in poor health at the moment, and Master Masahito is rarely home, Master Kamaji is currently serving as representative of the Kujo clan.
I have heard that things are quite tumultuous with the Tenryo Commission at present. Does this have anything to do with Kujo Kamaji?
Forgive us, Almighty Shogun. The Kujo clan has failed in its duty. The Kujo clan's reputation is damaged, and its power over the Tenryo Commission is in decline. Plus you, you have yet to issue a verdict on the Commission's future. So, Master Kamaji decided to enter negotiations with the Takatsukasa clan with a view of having them take over.
Surely they would be discussing something like that at their headquarters, right? Why are you looking for them here?
We'll see you later, Kono.
Actually, they decided to hold this one elsewhere.
Have a pleasant day.
I'm a little confused as to why, to be honest, but I didn't feel it was my place to question the higher-ups. The meeting place is in the mountains near the Grand Narukami Shrine. I believe the Takatsukasa clan have some kind of base there.
Takatsukasa. Another familiar name. They have been faithfully serving the Kujo clan all these years?
Yes, that's why Master Kamaji decided to discuss things with them. I understand they must have had a lot of ground to cover, but still, there's no way it should have gone on this long. I've searched all over the city. If he really hasn't returned yet, then... yeah, I thought of that possibility too. But someone of my rank can't just go venturing into Takatsukasa clan territory like that. No need. I'm probably just overthinking things. Besides, if they're still at it, they'll only blame me for interrupting the negotiations. I'm only a lowly servant. But Master Kamaji and I grew up together. It'd be terrible if anything ever happened to him. I'm not as smart as Master, so I can't really share his burdens. But the last thing I'd want would be for him to come to harm when I could have done something about it.
What do you think, Almighty Shogun?
Let's go see what's happening. With me present, they are unlikely to blame you, even if we do happen to interrupt the negotiations. Besides, this has only come about because I failed to make a timely decision. This issue started with me, and I shall be the one to finish it.
Thank you so much, Shogun. I'll keep looking around in the meantime, too. Let me mark out the location of the base for you. I hope everything goes smoothly.
Hey, we finished this after all. Let's see. Yeah, this is the last part, so I could probably do it. And I'll be able to get both of these nipped in the bud. Yeah, I feel like it really shows how Raiden has traumatized her nation, that every single time she shows up, the person who sees her shits themselves.
Here you are.
Hidden mountain base? Wait, this is where that clan is? Yeah, I suppose there's gonna be a domain, because every single story quest you get to try out the character, and I haven't tried out Raiden in this.
Whoa! Look at how well hidden this place is.
I can't think of a reason anyone would want to build a structure like this deep in the mountains. I feel something that doesn't belong here. I sense danger.
Huh?
We should proceed with caution. The Kujo clan descendant may well be in trouble.
Oh, Raiden's theme music is starting too. Also, I'll heal up a bit.
get down to business.
Let's light it up!
More!
Why are there Ronin here? This is a Curio Commission base.
Oh, wait.
Something is not right. We must remove all those who stand in our way.
Here you are. My lucky day.
Here we go!
How's this?
There is no escape! Torn to oblivion!
The fairy. The fairy.
Hmm. Yeah, so yeah, wait. Ooh, almost missed that. Yeah, wait. I gotta make sure I didn't miss any other chests. Wonderful.
Let's light it up! Rain outlines your fate.
Illusion shattered!
Finally,
Hey. Give me.
Time for takeoff.
There is no escape! Now you shall perish!
the fairy. Let's get down to business. There's more.
Absurd! Illusion shattered!
Everybody stand back!
Shine down!
Think you can get away?
My blade. The process of elimination. The fairy. Let's get down to business.
Time for takeoff. Rain outlines your fate.
Illusion shattered! Torn to oblivion! Shine down!
Let's play! Teamwork is dreamwork! No, my sword!
The fairy.
Wait. What the? You know, now it opens? Hi there. Priorities. No extra.
Think you can get away?
Well, you know, time.
There is no escape! Inazuma shines eternal!
If only they fucking dropped the, what is it? The... What are they called? The hilts?
Almighty Shogun!
Shogun, what are you?
Descendant of the Takatsukasa clan. Explain what is going on here.
Oh, we're just discussing some minor issues that have cropped up in the Tenryo Commission recently. Really, it's nothing worth the almighty Shogun worrying about.
And these minor issues warranted the secluded location and the hiring of Ronin and Kairagi to keep guard?
Well, there's been a lot of turmoil lately. It was just out of security considerations, that's all.
Silence. Descendant of the Kujo clan. Your turn.
All right. I came here intending to negotiate, but it turned out all they were interested in was a written confession from the Kujo clan.
A written confession?
Yes. A statement acknowledging every crime committed by the Kujo clan since the inception of the Vision Hunt Decree, including all the recent misconduct.
All factual statements, of course. Not a single one of them fabricated.
I can't deny that. But it also emphasizes the Takatsukasa clan's achievements throughout the document, claiming they stood steadfast all along and fought back against the crisis.
Well, did they or did they not?
These are all falsehoods.
Okay, good.
Says who? Why, you two-faced? You're going back on everything you said.
I'm just stating the facts. I'm sure the almighty Shogun can discern the truth. All the Takatsukasa clan is trying to do is make themselves look good, so they'll be first in line to replace the Kujo clan.
Well, is that not what you came here to discuss?
Why else would you push a false narrative in the written confession that paints your clan in a good light, and try to make me sign it under duress?
What are you talking about? You're not under duress, we're just negotiating here. You've completely changed your tune.
I believe I now understand the situation.
Don't listen to his nonsense. I'm sure you're well aware of the major failings of the Kujo clan. Surely you, of everyone, knows. Not a single word they say can be trusted.
You are quite mistaken if you think your dispute is of any interest to me. Descendant of the Takatsukasa clan, you wish to become the new Tenryo commissioner. Do I understand this correctly?
Well, yes, of course. It's the eternal pursuit of everyone in the Tenryo Commission to offer our lives in service of the almighty Shogun.
Then the situation is not as complicated as you seem to have made it. After all, I am the one who appoints the Tenryo commissioner. The process is quite simple. Anyone who can beat me in a duel becomes the new commissioner.
Sorry, a duel with the almighty Shogun?
The first Tenryo commissioner demonstrated his will with the blade in his hand. That is why the title has been passed down within the Kujo clan ever since. If you want me to appoint a new clan, then naturally, there must first be a new duel.
Yeah, that is quite a based way to do things.
Do you not know how to wield a blade? Or do you simply doubt your abilities on account of your advanced age and declining physical condition? Here you are talking about offering your life, and yet you are too afraid to face my blade.
Well,
never mind. What about one of you then? Anyone who can defeat me, Takatsukasa or not, will be appointed the new Tenryo commissioner. Does not a single person dare to face me?
I will challenge you, almighty Shogun.
What?
Descendant of the Kujo clan. Regrettably, even if you win against me, it cannot atone for the wrongs committed under the Kujo name.
I realize that. I don't stand a chance of winning against you anyway. I know full well that the mistakes my father made ought to spell the end of the Kujo clan's legacy in the Tenryo Commission. Even when I was executing the Vision Hunt Decree, I had doubts about my father's decisions. I knew that what I was doing was wrong. But that was as far as I went. I doubted, and I ruminated. I understood the situation perfectly well, but I took no action, and I didn't save a single person. I accept the Kujo clan's decline as punishment for my deeds. I can't even say that I failed to prevent it. Because in order to fail, you have to have at least tried.
To be brutally honest, for someone of your strength, there is nothing you could have done, even if you had tried.
Yes. I'm too weak. My father ignores me. My elder brother can't help me. And I even need Ippei to set me straight at times. It's the way it's always been. But if nothing else, and right here, right now in the Kujo clan's final hours, it is I who represent the clan, like my father before me. His duties are now mine to perform. Just as the Shogun said a forefather of mine once showed his will with his sword. Then please, let me, Kujo Kamaji, end the story of the Kujo clan in the same way that it began.
That is really. I'm starting to like this guy, yeah.
This is my last chance to do something.
This is patently meaningless, but I accept. Come forward. The Kujo clan's honor was forged with courage, tempered with integrity, and shines beyond life and death. Show me whether your blade can bear the weight of your name.
Ready to learn, Almighty Shogun.
Big no moment.
Another anomaly in eternity. Nevertheless, it appears that the Kujo honor still courses through your veins. Kujo Kamaji is wounded. Descendants of the Takatsukasa clan, it is your responsibility to take care of him. You may not have the courage to challenge me, but I trust that you are capable of attending to a small matter such as this.
Yes, of course. I apologize. I'm sorry. So sorry.
I had heard that the Kujo clan is no longer fit to shoulder the work of the Tenryou Commission. The search for a successor to the role of Tenryou Commissioner is indeed a matter of great urgency. However, following this duel, I have decided to postpone the Kujo clan's punishment for the time being. In the meantime, I expect the Takatsukasa clan to continue supporting the Kujo clan as before.
As you instruct, so it shall be done. We would not dare question the Almighty Shogun's will.
Finally, if you still think you can copy the Fatui strategy of providing me with deceptive information to produce flaws in my judgment, you will see me appear once again as I have done today. Only next time, my blade will show no mercy.
Understood. Thank you, Almighty Shogun, for your wisdom and mercy.
That will do. I will have the Okuzumeshu continue the investigation from here. Come with me. Let's find a quiet place. There's something I want to talk about with you.
Woohoo. Whoa. Yeah, I don't see any hidden chests. Oh.
Wouldn't gliding be faster?
Go to where A is.
Whew. When it's time to deal with the situation, you're just like the Shogun. So strict.
Oh, you think so? I thought I was rather accommodating. If it had been the Shogun, She would have decapitated Kujo Kamaji without a second thought. I do believe he was prepared for that outcome. I could see it in his eyes. The Kujo clan has undergone a dramatic change from its glory days to its present decline. Kamaji is hardly a great heir to the Kujo name, but he has shown me how some things remain the same even as the world around them changes. I also have you to thank. The things we experienced out on the streets, and the photo you took of me, they helped me come to this realization too.
So what's next for the Kujo clan? Will they get to carry on being in charge of the Tenryo Commission?
Not a chance. Even if their heir was someone who showed promise, their past mistakes cannot be erased. Still, I will give them a little more time. After all, they are not the only ones who have made mistakes. The Shogun does not make mistakes. She is incapable of doing so. But I, as A, would like to offer my apologies. I have much to contemplate in the days to come. But at least, I can now see the way ahead. I think I'll leave that to the Shogun. The greatest threat to eternity is still the erosion that comes with time.
Once again, erosion. This is such a reoccurring threat in the game.
As I said, the Shogun has a robust system to protect her against modification. This is because I anticipated that I myself would change over time. But I've made up my mind. So I will do what needs to be done, no matter how difficult it is. This has certainly been a memorable series of events.
Absolutely. You sorted out the Tenryo Commission, and the people in the city got to see a happy and healthy Shogun. All the awful rumors will disappear in no time. If you enjoyed your trip, we should get you out again sometime.
No need. There's no place for such things in my life. Also, please stop making it sound as if I somehow need the company. Okay, I'm ready to head back now. My period of solitude will now continue, but it will not last too much longer. I will leave you humans to deal with any minor issues in the meantime.
Okay, see you next time! Considering a lot of what happened was pretty unexpected, things seem to have worked out surprisingly well in the end. The only thing left to do is return the past permit to Yae Miko.
And okay, that's it. Another good quest.
Did you now? Well then, you'll have to tell me all about it. How amusing. The almighty Shogun goes downtown, and suddenly she's like a wide-eyed country girl trying to find her bearings in the big city. Marvelous. What a shame I didn't get to see it for myself. It's fine. She wouldn't mind. Really, she wouldn't. So, from what you were saying, it seems that she has finally begun to comprehend what form eternity should take. That's the most important outcome of this trip. To be honest, I wasn't expecting you'd make such great progress when I lent you the pass permit.
Yeah, it seems like she's not gonna force everything to stay the same way anymore.
To put it nicely, even deities indulge in wishful thinking. To put it more bluntly, there are things that even the Seven can't do when faced with something even more powerful than themselves. Take a guess. Anyway, it sounds like you had a very pleasant trip and even had the chance to see A's less formal side. Next time you wish to see her, you can come and take the pass permit from me again. She would never admit to it, but she does, in fact, get quite lonely.
What? But she said she doesn't need company.
Because she is a god. It's not that gods don't need the company of others, just that the idea of a god having company seems indulgent to her. But you don't belong to this world. Perhaps you are just the company she needs.
Well,
Was there something else you wanted to talk about? I have no doubt that she immensely enjoyed that drink. I'm sure she was as happy as can be. What she really wanted to say was this. How soon do you think you could open a branch in the plane of Euthymia? Was there something else you wanted to talk about? The puppet, yes. I've also heard that changing a puppet's operating rules is extremely difficult. It's most likely the first time in history anyone has faced this issue. You can imagine how hard it must be, given that it has successfully flummoxed the wise and powerful A. This is one problem that even the Muso no Hitotachi will not be able to solve. Was there something else you wanted to talk about? Don't you think it's a fun idea, someone being reborn as the Raiden Shogun? That's all that light novels are supposed to be. A bit of fun. For her, though... Yes, probably a little too avant-garde. Ooh, maybe I should commission a sequel. Reborn as Guji Ai. What do you think? Was there something else you wanted to talk about?
Well, that's everything. Oh yeah, good 2 quests. Got them done now. And how much am I sitting on? Ooh. So yeah, that was good. A lot of fun. And that's it for this stream.